Right? But now, after the series is over with, right? Now, only Kawhi Leonard can't put you through all this turmoil to find out what the hell is wrong with this dude. Only him and maybe LeBron James, the only two guys who do this. Normally, when somebody gets hurt, you know exactly what's happened to them. Within 24 hours, you know the injury because they go get the MRI, they get the x-rays. The Clippers on some top flight, secret, putting out fake information type shit, and then get mad when dudes cooking Kawhi. They put out misinformation all the time on Kawhi. And then when niggas cook Kawhi, they leave you in a mystery. They leave you in a hole, bro. It's bull job, man. Listen, bottom line is this, bro. If you hurt, when De'Aaron Fox got hurt, what do? They came out and immediately said he broke his finger, right?
Yes.
When old boy Tyler Hero got hurt, they immediately came out and said he broke his finger, right?
Correct.
Right. Okay. When other guys got hurt in the playoffs, John Morant got hurt, they immediately came out and gave his injury.
Right.
Man, when when other guys got hurt, they immediately posted what their injuries were. Only Kawhi, we gotta say, oh well, his knee ain't right. And then we gotta wait till after the series to find out, oh, his meniscus was torn. That's bull job, bro. You owe the fans better than that if you the Clippers organization. Because see, I'm gonna tell you why they do this. They do this because they didn't want, first of all, they did it for two reasons. For game planning, because they didn't want the Phoenix Suns to know if Kawhi was coming back or not. And for two, because they didn't want people not to come watch or see the game and pay the ticket. And that's bullshit, man. They knew the dude's fit was torn. He could have told everybody like all the other teams did. You think Sacramento wasn't thinking about, oh, well, maybe the fans ain't going to come if we tell them De'Aaron Fox broke his finger and he can't play no more this series. No, they all put the injury report out. That way you fun away from the bullshit. But only Kawhi's camp put out this top flight secret shit and put out all kind of different things that throw you all in this fake ass Batman stuff that they do, bro. I hate that, bro.
Oh, we lost him.
What happened?
See if we can. No, we lost him for a second. See if we can get him back.
Ticket, you there?
Back.
Yeah, he back.
You mad because Kawhi camp is playing chess?
They're not playing chess, Bobby. They're not. It's bullshit. No, it's not.
That wasn't doing that just so people would come to the games. People was coming. It's the playoffs. They come.
Right. That part I got. They come into the games anyway. However, the Phoenix Suns aren't going to play any different if Kawhi Leonard is in the lineup or out the lineup, especially in the playoffs. And we're not thinking, well, if he ain't playing, okay, we got a night off. No. If he's not playing, we're going to go after him. If he's playing, we're still going to go after him.
Is the problem y'all mad because y'all not you're not in the in crowd because they ain't let you in on the secret? They ain't tell y'all what's going on.
Why is it a secret, Bobby?
Because it's their personal. It's what's going on with him. Everybody don't got to know what's going on with him. For him to say that he's not playing in the playoffs, y'all should know it's something serious.
So the logic is it's a secret right now. But if they end up winning this, let's just say for the sake of argument that they won this series, would they have told us? We're gonna keep this quiet because maybe he might be coming back.
That's what I would have did. I would have kept it quiet and just let's see, because maybe we could steal a couple. Kawhi, maybe if Kawhi can work through it, Paul George will come back next year.
Right?
Why tell everybody your business?
So why didn't the Sacramento Kings keep it quiet?
Because that's not Kawhi Leonard, and that's not Sacramento. It's two different.
Right, it's two different things. I got that part. But then when they lose, now you tell us, well, he was hurt. He had a torn meniscus.
He wasn't playing either way. So what does it
matter? Well, you don't
know. We didn't know.
We didn't know why he wasn't playing. It wasn't just he had a sprained knee. It's a difference between having a sprain. It's a difference between having a sprained knee and having a torn meniscus. Right? You got a torn tendon.
Why would y'all speculate? Why would y'all speculate that he's just copping a plea? Why would y'all speculate that against?
Because that's his history. That's why.
At that point, you're just questioning his manhood and all that.
But that's his history, though.
It's not his history to sit out in the playoffs just to watch games. Nobody does that.
Okay, so if that's go ahead, take it.
Hold on. First of all, hold on. Quickly. One, the NBA team has to disclose injuries. That's one.
Thank you.
Because if they don't, they can get fined. Whether the NBA chooses to do that or not, that's up to them. So they do have to disclose the injury. Number two, they're out. So who cares about the damn Buffalo paper clips? Let's move on.
Obviously,
forget Kawhi Leonard, forget Paul George, and forget the paper clips. They're out. They're done. They got cooked. Next.
Fluent. I just want to ask you, where do you stand on that? Where do He left. Where do y'all stand on that, dog? On some real talk, like as far as organizations revealing this information, do y'all think it should be up to the organization, or do y'all think it should be mandatory? Because listen, I disagree with what y'all said. Most fans, Paul George ain't playing. So if you know Kawhi ain't coming back, he ain't playing. A lot of people say, I ain't wasting my goddamn money paying them tickets to go see that game. The hell wrong with you, Chilltown?
Yes, they will.
People's not wasting all that damn money and playoff time to go see.
Yes, they will. It's the playoffs.
They're not. Chilltown.
Playoffs.
Okay, Chilltown. Let me ask you a question, Chilltown. Let me ask you a question. If LeBron James get hurt today, you think the same people going to see the Lakers play the goddamn?
Lakers are still going to sell out.
The Lakers are selling out with Lonzo Ball and Jordan Clarkson.
Yo, Memphis
the Lakers are still going to sell out.
Memphis sold out when John Hand was hurt. Milwaukee,
they're going to sell.
Those games are sold out.
Ron,
coming to the game.
Don't kick me out when I'm cooking next time, Ron. Don't do that ever again. I know it wasn't you.
I know kick him.
No, the Lakers, for example, they will sell out. They will sell out. So you're right and you're wrong. They'll still sell out, but they can't resell those tickets for as much. So it will have some effect. But yeah, they'll still sell out.
That doesn't mean that people aren't coming to the games, and that's what you're trying to say.
Less people. Hold on, but less people watch the game.
If James isn't playing, that means that the ticket prices might drop, but we're still coming to the game,
bro. Hold on, that's a damn lie, Chilltown.
No, it's not.
Hold on, Chilltown. If a lot of people aren't Laker fans, they're LeBron fans. So if LeBron ain't playing, they're not watching, bro. Cut it out. That goes for Kawhi. That goes for a lot of the stars. Cut it out, bro.
Yo, Ticket, did you do some yoga this morning before you decided to reach like this? I don't want you to pull a muscle.
Nah, I ain't pulling. Look, hey Bob. All I'm saying is this, Bob. Hey Bob, I just want you to think one thing, brother, because I got a lot of love for you, dog. I want you to think one thing, bro. It's a lot of money involved in the NBA, right?
No doubt. Hold on,
I want you to think about, hold on, Bob. But hold on, I want you to listen to this.
Yeah.
It's people that gamble and bet on these series, on these games, and all that stuff, right? All this coincides with the NBA. These are facts. All this coincides. Right. Bro, to me, you have a responsibility to put to the public what the hell is going on with each player. So when people, because you got people out here betting houses, their cars, all their whole shit on these games. I see it all the time in the sports book. And when you got to do...
We're supposed to protect. You telling me that the NBA is supposed to protect the bookies? Hold on. You telling me that the NBA has to disclose injury reports to protect gamblers and bookies?
They've always done it. Hold on. They've always done it. That's why they're trying to get teams in Vegas.
Hey, you know what?
All I have to say, listen.
Oh, am I lying?
Everybody knew. Hold on. Everybody knew. Everybody knew Kawhi wasn't playing last night, right?
I knew he was done for the playoffs. I knew it. I just didn't know.
I'm just saying, why didn't they
know it? Still 100%.
I didn't know it was.
Hold on, but no. But Fluent, why didn't they reveal his injury?
Capacity.
No, I'm saying Fluent. Why didn't they reveal his injury? Because like Chilltown said, like Chilltown said, let's say the Clippers would have won this series. You still stringing people along like this nigga coming back.
But it's not. They don't have to do it to protect degenerates.
Oh no! The fans. You're paying fans. The people who paying to come support you. Open them.
You talking about people that's putting their child's college fund on the.
No, I'm talking about the people. I'm talking about the people. Hold on. I'm talking about the people. Hold on. No, Bob. I'm talking about the season ticket holders that before the season pay a certain X amount of money. And I'm gonna tell you something. You know how much money they pay for those season tickets? I'm talking about all these people who pay this money to support and patronize your product. Bro, you owe them the respect to divulge certain information to them. So therefore, they can make a better mindful judgment on what they're going to do. Because listen, I'm going to tell you something. If I'm paying to go see a game, right, and they don't tell me that Kawhi's meniscus is torn, maybe I'm going to pay to see the game because I think maybe Kawhi's going to play tonight. Because they're waiting until 45 minutes before each game to reveal, Kawhi won't play game 5.
I will say this.
I understand that.
I heard Kawhi wasn't playing these games like 2 days before.
No, they announcing it before the game. 45 minutes before. No. Listen, bro, we've seen it. Hold on, we've seen it before. Mars, don't act like we haven't seen this before. Fluent can tell you this. We've seen it before where it says the guy isn't going to play, and then 40 minutes before the game, he's going to play tonight. Damn, he playing tonight? He's going to play. He's going to give it a go.
What's that going to do with Kawhi?
No, you're not hearing me.
Monday,
Bro, hold on, Mars. I want you to Mars. Hold on, Mars. Hold your roll. Slow your roll. I want you to understand what I'm saying to you, brother. Okay. This is all I'm saying, bro. If you have a company, Mars, right? And in your company, you have people who put money into your company, right? They support you and put money into your company. You have a responsibility to divulge information to these people so that they don't blindly continue to put money. So for an example, if I know Kawhi has a torn meniscus, I'm going to do what Sacramento did. Hold on. Let me finish, Bob. I'm going to do what let me finish, Bob. I'm going to do what Sacramento did because you know why? Guess what? If De'Aaron Fox wasn't going to play, then all the fans have an option who pay $10 to $15 to $20,000 because they put up those seats to be there on court side. Because now they may feel like, damn, we ain't got a good chance to win. I ain't finna waste my $20,000 to go see that game, and I know we ain't gonna have D Fox. This is how people think. It might be somebody else that's willing to spend the money or go to see the game, but you have some people. They should have the right to be divulged the information. That is why a majority of the time when Giannis gets hurt, you know what the injury report is. We knew what it was immediately. All these players, for the most part, 90% of the players in the league, you know exactly what's wrong with them within 24 hours of an injury. And it's reported. Only with Kawhi, we can go through this mystery. Cut it out, bro.
You are forgetting, guys. Hold on. You are forgetting, guys. Just last thing. The NBA is partnered with FanDuel. So they do, and it is written. It is their responsibility to disclose injuries. They do have to do that.
Thank you. They got money invested in that, Bob. That's what y'all got to understand. Other aspects of the
They said he wasn't going to play. They said he wasn't going to play.
Oh, they didn't, Bob. They didn't
They don't have to tell you specifically why he's not playing. All they got to say is he's not playing.
No. You disclose injuries, Bob. When you have their partner, hold on.
You don't have to tell them. You never have to tell.
Bob,
Hold on,
I can tell Bob.
You just went for 3 minutes.
Bob, I can tell you've never been on the track, Bob. I can tell you've never been on the. No, Ticket. What I'm saying is you can't just disclose somebody's medical information if they don't want to. Yes, you can. You have to.
It's against the law, yo. You can't do that.
No, it's not. Come on. Hold on. No. When you get hurt in the NBA, the team has to present the medical report.
And I have to consent to that. They don't just do it, Ticket.
That's not true.
If I got a broken foot, I have to consent to let that information out.
Wrong. Y'all some lying ass dudes. You some capping ass dudes. Tell us, Lord, for your damn contract, nigga.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on, Bob. Say what you just said again.
You already consented when you signed your NBA contract.
So I have to consent to that. Is that correct?
It's already done.
So I have to consent to that. I don't just. It's not that you just put that information out. I know that when I sign my contract.
Correct.
Right. That's all. So that's what I'm saying.
That's not a lie.
That's what I'm saying. No, Chill Town. You just misunderstand me. That's what I'm saying. So, but the NBA has a regulation that they have to present the injury report. They have to.
Right.
So, but what the Clippers do is, hold on. That's just like the NBA's rule that you have to take the media. Now, what happens? Some guys skip the media. And what happens when they do it, Chill Town? They get fined. Thank you. What I'm saying, bro. All I'm saying is this whole mystery shit with Kawhi. Bro, let this capping ass shit out. Tell everybody the man is hurt. You know what I'm saying? He tore his meniscus. Stop putting out fake rumors here and try to throw people off. And let's get on with this shit.
I'm not letting that go, man. No way. Because you don't have to. There's been plenty of times when people get hurt. All they say is he's not playing tonight. He's on injury. They don't have to give you a specific reason.
Who?
Why y'all?
Who? Only two players have done it. You seen LeBron and him and Kawhi. Who else?
Now, when Vic got hurt last year with Miami, when Vic Oladipo got hurt last year with Miami, it was last year or the year before. It was months before they let anybody know what's going on with Victor Oladipo.
That's not true.
That is true.
They put out his injury report the next day.
No, this was just
the other day. I'm talking
about that. I'm talking about the other year. They put out the next day. We knew what was going on with Victor Oladipo.
No, they wasn't letting nobody know because of the time of the season. They didn't want nobody to know how long he was going to be out. He was hurt way worse than they was alluding to. But they do it all the time. Nobody has to tell you the specific injury. If they did the same thing.
They did the same thing with KG too in 2010 2009 when he had a torn meniscus. They didn't tell us that his meniscus was torn, and we didn't find out until after the season that his meniscus was torn when he was in Boston. He was in practice. He had the knee brace on. and there was never an idea. We didn't know what it was. Nobody told us what it was.
Did he play?
He did not play. No, he didn't.
But you said he was in practice, right?
He was in practice. Yep.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, he was in practice, and we didn't find out until after the season was over. KG had a torn meniscus.
But more so than not, they're reporting it, right or wrong.
More often
To be honest with you, Ticket, I'm not sure I would have went to Saturday's game if I would have known Giannis wasn't playing. I probably would have went Monday.
Thank you.
They reported Kawhi wasn't playing the day before every game.
But you got a better
that's
deal.
all I'm
Giannis
saying.
wasn't playing, right?
I got the tickets a couple of days before. That's why I got the tickets a couple of days before.
Can we pause there for a second? Because you went to that Miami-Milwaukee game.
I did.
And you know how popular the panel is. The celebrities are coming up from courtside to take pictures with us. Tell them, Jay. Tell them, Jay.
Here we go. Come on, man.
Tell us about it. Story time.
There was nothing. It was. I ran into.
Richard Jefferson came up to you and said, "Yo, I need a picture with you." Bro.
I ran into Richard Jefferson at the game. He was.
Hey, with that being said, y'all, it's time for Kawhi to retire, bro. It's over with. It's over with, man. He gonna be out again for what? How long?
Well, he got a torn meniscus, so we all know that torn meniscus could be a couple of weeks. It could be a month to 3 months. Now, is his knee going to be better when his meniscus heals? No, we already talked about this. He's got a degenerative disease. It's in his knee, and it's just going to get progressively worse. I've told you guys already. I think he's out the league in 2 years because I don't think his body's going to hold up. I'd be very surprised if he played 2 more years. I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be around for 2 more years. I just don't.
Can we get the rest of the Richard Jefferson story after that too?
So, RJ was calling the game and he saw me. I saw him. I was like, "Yo, what's up, brother?" And we just chopped it up and we had a picture. That's all it was. Nothing more than that. That's all.
Something tells me it's a little more to this story than that, but we're not going to twist Chilltown's arm to get all the details and all.
It wasn't nothing like that, man.
But before we move on from Kawhi, I do want to know from everybody else.
Detective Ron over here, he lying to us. He ain't giving us the whole story.
Nah, Fluid got the details. That's why he brought it up.
Put the spotlight on him.
Richard Jefferson gonna pop up on Fluid and Chill tonight.
Hey.
Anyway, like you were saying, Ron. As you were saying, Ron.
But I just want to know from everybody else. Do you guys believe that it's probably time for Kawhi to just hang him up and just diverge into something else?
Not while he has a contract. No. After that, then whatever he wants to do, he can do. But while he has a contract, there's no point just leaving that.
Did Brandon Roy have a contract? Did he leave? Did Brandon Roy have a contract and leave? Because I think Brandon Roy left because he respected the game and respected not stealing people's money, knowing he couldn't play at that level no more.
I don't know.
See, I'm not cool with somebody sitting around stealing checks, knowing you can't deliver the goods. Because we going back into this again, Chilltown. Another surgery, another load manage, another this hope that he's ready for the playoffs, another going through all this other foolishness to get hurt in the playoffs again. So at what point are we cheating out the fans and the people who paying the hard-earned money to watch the games? Because you remember, you got to pay your cable bill to watch the games. Cable bill is what, $100-some, y'all? Or if you got the NBA TV package during the season, you paying however much that is. Or if you buying the merch, or if you going to the games, bro, this stuff add up. It adds up, bro. At some point in time, when you gonna say, man, like shout out to Kobe fucking Bryant, man. Vanessa Bryant came and said, yo, Kobe said, I asked Kobe why he always played when he was hurt, had torn ligaments, broken bones, and everything. And she said, Kobe said, because of the hard-working fans who paid money who probably could never see me play. Just like what Mike said, bro. It's somebody out here that said, hey, man, I love this guy. And that's the only time they can go see you play, bro. And guess what? I'm going to give them a moment. If I'm hurting, I know that they paid their hard-earned money. I'm blessed. I'm making millions of dollars. So what if I can't walk? It's a sacrifice. There's people out here that got bad backs making $15 an hour, dog. Just capping that shit out. What we doing, capping for millionaires now? We capping for fucking millionaires? Fuck out of here, man. Go ahead, son. Put it on the line,
nigga. Billionaires pay these millionaires. They're the ones. So Steve Ballmer is the one who paid Kawhi.
We pay them. If it wasn't for us, the NBA would fold.
That's
if it was
fine,
not
but
for
you're
the
not
fans,
paying them. No, you're not paying them.
Okay, Mars. So Mars, let me say it like this. Let's tell all the fans, don't go to the games, don't watch the games, don't do nothing. I guarantee the NBA folks are with them billionaire owners. Am I lying, Fluent?
That's great. Go ahead and do that. The fact of the matter is, Kawhi's paychecks are being paid by Steve Ballmer. That's what it is. No matter how much you believe you're paying,
that's a goddamn lie, bro. That's a damn lie.
This isn't taxes.
Son, you don't know basketball, son. You don't know basketball, son.
You're not.
The fans pay the players, son. The fans pay the players' salaries, son.
No, they do not.
You don't know. Hey, Fluent, if I'm lying, Fluent, tell me, I'll shut up.
Just so you know, Ticket. At the gate in the NBA, they generate about maybe 35% of the revenue. The money comes in TV and in sponsorship. That's where the money comes.
But hold on, right? But why is the money coming from the TV and sponsorship? Somebody got to watch that shit, right? Somebody got to be paying the companies, right? Who's doing that, Chilltown? If it ain't nobody watching that shit, guess what? We ain't got no business, Playboy.
Yeah, you guys can make the owners of the teams more money by paying to watch the NBA. That doesn't make you pay Kawhi. No, that's not how it works. You make the owners more rich, and with their more riches, they can pay their players. That's not you directly paying Kawhi Leonard.
Please talk to this boy.
So hold on, Mars. Let me ask you a question, Mars. So
talk some shit to this boy.
So the government pays for city workers, right? Like the police and whatever. Where does the government do that? They pay that with the tax money that the people pay. So would you say that the people aren't paying the police officers and fire people because it goes through the government who takes their cut and then pays them?
I would say you
guys.
I would say the people pay the government and the government do what they do with the money.
Okay, so that's how you feel. So that's how you feel about the NBA.
And what I'm saying is fans make owners more money and they pay their players with that money. But owners also get money from other sources of income, which is why they can own a team in the first place. They are billionaires.
They don't pay. They are billionaires.
So
you know, it's illegal for one of those billionaire owners to pay for a player with anything outside of their NBA income. That would be against the CBA. Let me finish.
Why are you shouting? That has nothing to do with what I said. I said they can own a team because of the
money they have.
Let me finish.
I said they can own a team because of the money they have. I never disagreed with
Mars. Fluent's trolling, Mars. Fluent's trolling.
Ticket's just shouting for no reason.
I'm trying to explain. So the CBA dictates they can't pay. So any money that comes in from ticket sales, from concessions, from the TV deal, that all comes from viewership, watching the TV. That's why ESPN paid $2.4 billion to own the NBA rights. It's because they want people to view. Where does that money come from? Well, that money comes from advertisers who are advertising on ESPN. So if you don't watch, the advertisers don't give them the money. ESPN doesn't have the money to give the owner doesn't have the money to pay the player. That's how it works. So to say that it's the owner paying the player directly is really disingenuous because without the viewers, without the sponsors, without the ticket sales, without the concessions, they don't have that money to pay them. So it's disingenuous.
Is that not how every business works?
Hold on. We're talking about players and individual. We're talking about the NBA. Hold on. So it is the people and the fans. On top of that, let's be honest, most NBA players get the majority of their money not from their salary, but from endorsement deals. Where do endorsement deals come from? From companies who pay them so us idiots will buy their product. So all the money starts and comes from the viewer and the people who are buying the merch. So to say anything else it's not 100% accurate.
You're still not paying Kawhi's check. That's all I said.
We indirectly, the fans are, yes, indirectly.
If you think you're paying 176 million, sure.
Mars, the point is, okay, Steve Ballmer's name is at the bottom of the check, but where does he get that money from? He gets that money from sponsors. Who do the sponsors get that money from?
I agree.
They get that money from you.
I never disagree. I never disagree with that. I just said we are not physically paying Kawhi's salary. We aren't. A billionaire is paying Kawhi Leonard's salary. Where does he make his money for the Clippers? From the fans, yes, but we are not paying him. That's what I'm saying.
We're indirectly.
So again, if we don't pay for merch, if we don't go to games, if we don't watch it on TV, is Kawhi Leonard getting paid $178 million?
No, because the reason the NBA is allowed to offer more money
the answer is no.
The league makes more money.
Okay, but
you're okay. No, I just want to make sure I understand it. So the plan to get Kawhi Leonard to not get paid this much money is stop watching the whole league. Like that's the only way
Oh, no,
Kawhi Leonard couldn't make that money is if fans stopped watching the whole NBA, so he couldn't make money.
I have nothing to do with the conversation. I'm talking about where the money comes from. Yeah. I jumped in when I heard money. And
I never disagreed with anything you just said. I never acknowledged that. What you said was
untrue. When you got your ass cooked. Sorry. Okay. And we can play that on. And I'm gonna make sure if Ron don't put that on the playback, I'm gonna put it on the playback to make sure your ass is
exposed. That's great. Because all I said was Kawhi Leonard isn't paid by fans.
He is paid by the fans. Okay, so
and I never disagree with anything Fluent just said.
Mark, this is the last thing I'm gonna say to you, bro. And this is the difference between guys who actually been in the game and know and guys who don't know. If it ain't no fans in the stand, son, guess what? The league folds. The league folds.
I never disagree.
If it ain't no fans in the stands, if it ain't nobody watching, the league folds. Hey, Chilltown, somebody can give you a loan to go start a restaurant tomorrow. If don't nobody coming in and buy the damn food, what's gonna happen?
I'm gonna close my restaurant.
I never said any of this wasn't true.
Stop capping, Bob. Stop capping, Bob.
I'm not capping. At least listen. Why are y'all trying to act like this is any different than any other business in the world? If somebody works at Taco Bell, and then that means that their boss or whatever isn't paying them. The lady that just came and bought a chalupa is paying them. Okay, if that's how y'all want to analyze it, that's cool.
I'm gonna fight you.
But y'all,
I'm gonna fight you.
But y'all saying, but then Fluent would say, then what do you say? Oh well, nobody will come. If nobody comes, then Kawhi doesn't get paid. So what you're saying is y'all would rather have that. And instead of the way things are, like what are y'all trying to say? I don't.
You're saying if a business has no consumers, we can't pay the workers.
What are y'all trying to say?
Everyone knows
that's how business works.
Like that's not what I was saying. You're arguing something I clearly.
What was saying? Okay, let me explain. Let me put the two together now. So what is Ticket is so eloquently trying to say is that a player. Now, in this case, I don't necessarily agree because Kawhi is hurt, but a player has a responsibility to their fans who indirectly make it available for them to make hundreds of millions of dollars, so that if they physically can, even if they're a little bit hurt, if they can, they need to play. That's what Ticket is trying to say, is that there were guys like Kobe who respected the fan and said, hey, I know this might be the only game in a lifetime that this father and son get to come and watch me play, so I'm going to go out there even if I'm 50%. That's what he's trying to say, is that they should do that. If your leg is falling off and you can't, obviously, you can't. But I think what Ticket is doing is questioning some players like Kawhi who are taking games off when they are physically able to play and they're choosing not to. And that's
not happening. That's not happening.
No. But Bob, no. But he didn't. One part he missed. Hold on. One part Tom missed was this. And if you are hurt, I'm saying divulge that information to us when it's immediately available. Therefore, we can make it. Hold on, Bob. Let me finish. Can I finish my sentence, bro? So we can make it. Bob, can I finish my sentence, bro? Can I finish my sentence? I just want to finish my sentence, bro. That's all. All I'm saying is that if you are hurt, Bob, all I'm saying is this. If you are hurt and can't go, if you have a torn meniscus, let the fans know who've been supporting your product and supporting you so that they can make a decision. Because sometimes you never know what somebody got going on there. Like, they might say, hey, man, I'm going to just make the sacrifice because I want to go see this game. I want to go see this guy. But if you're stringing them along and they're thinking, okay, maybe this guy's going to come back, because this happened last year with Kawhi. Everybody was saying, oh, Kawhi going to be back for the playoffs. He's going to be back this time. He never came back.
Nicky, so just like Mark said, they let us know like a day and a half.
They did not let us know.
Before. They just didn't tell you that he tore his meniscus. They told us that he wasn't playing. So y'all to get what you
okay, I got it. Y'all won, Bob. You won.
All right,
you won, Bob.
But I still want to get my point off.
You won, Bob.
You and Fluent want Kawhi to cripple himself so that he doesn't risk y'all waking up in the morning and decide y'all want to hate on him.
Start capping for millionaires, nigga. When you start capping for millionaires? When you start capping for millionaires? There's people that pay the cost for this shit, man. How y'all make me sick, bro?
I paid $1,200. I paid $1,200 to watch.
Chilltown. I don't know what club this dude come from. Chilltown. Where I come from, Chilltown. Where I come from, dudes pay the cost for this, bro. Dudes died and they rolled over in their grave for this, bro. They rolled over in their grave dead right now. You know why? Because they don't like what they seeing going on with the game, bro. Respect the game. Respect the people who love you and put money in your pockets. You a millionaire, bro. You got people that's out here that's poor working 2 shifts and paying this money for their kids that have Jordans and go to school and get robbed and shot up for this shit. You got people that's not like them to come out here and support your product, man. I ain't never tapped for no millionaire, man.
All right, so we got to move on. We got to move on. We got to move on. We beat the brakes off of that topic.
Brandon Roy was being paid until 2015.
For millionaires, man, I want to hear that shit.
Who was being paid?
Brandon Roy was being paid until 2015.
Ticket, ain't you a millionaire?
He
was. Hold on. Brandon Roy. I'm gonna say this again. Brandon Roy. Guess what? I'm not a millionaire. Guess what? If I was, I would go to work every fucking day. You know why? Because I respect that shit, nigga. I respect that shit.
That's great. I was just saying Brandon Roy was getting paid until 2015.
All I know is Walter Payton said, "I work for the guy who saved up 2 weeks of pay to take his son to come watch me run." Exactly. That's what he said. That's who he said he worked for.
That's beautiful. Brandon Roy was getting paid till 2015, and he
had a guaranteed contract, but he quit.
Okay, so Kawhi, so you'd rather Kawhi Leonard retire and still get the rest of his money, where he's clearly not playing, than him try and play half the season? That doesn't make sense.
I'm gonna take that. Hold on. Yes, Mars, because you know why? Because then the team can get an exemption for him for an injury, and they can use that spot where somebody else who really is working to try to deserve to get that spot can get in the NBA and get an opportunity versus a dude who just stringing us along and ain't never gonna be right again, sucker.
I promise you, they're taking Kawhi for half a season over any player that you're possibly bringing up. I promise you.
You ain't never thought Kawhi just loved the game and he's trying to play?
He played game two. He played game 2 on a torn meniscus, and somehow we're criticizing him.
I think he's trying to play. I don't think he got no business being out there, and I think he's trying to play.
For his career, I don't think he loves the game.
I think he's out here trying to play basketball.
But I don't think he loves like KD. For all the crap I give KD
loves the
game.
KD don't got degenerative knees though.
He'll play. Hold on. KD loves the game. He'll play no matter what.
Y'all just ignore simple facts because y'all are so caught up in your emotions about this hatred y'all got for Kawhi Leonard, bro. It's despicable, bro. It's a bad look, bro. It's pitiful.
We're moving on.
That shit don't look good on y'all, bro.
We're not talking about Kawhi Leonard no more. We're not talking about Kawhi Leonard no more. We're not talking about Kawhi Leonard no more.
You're protecting him like he's your son. I'm saying
we're not talking about Kawhi Leonard no more.
Y'all ignore it.
Hey, his team's gone from the playoffs. His knees are gone. He's gone. It's gone.
They're all out the playoffs in the first round.
I know you're emotional because you bring up the Kings.
You're
Man, the Kings in Toronto. You guys want to talk about them? Mm-hmm. We can talk about them.
Let's talk about the Kings in Toronto.
Kings in Toronto?
Yeah, that's what. Can we talk about something else?
Oh, sure. Yeah, let's talk about something else. Yeah, let's go.
All right, there were 2 teams that were eliminated last night, and I want to talk about both of these games. First, we can start with the number 1 seed, Denver Nuggets, advancing, beating the Minnesota Timberwolves. Mm-hmm. Thoughts and feelings on this game and on this series as a whole?
They should have swept them.
Minnesota should have won 1 game in this series. That 26-11 from Cat is too little, too late.
I disagree. Minnesota should have won more games. They got enough talent over there to win. Rudy Gobert, what? Hold on. They should have won more games. If Karl-Anthony Towns is what we supposed to say he's supposed to be, if Ant-Man is who we say we're supposed to be, and the list goes on, they should have won a couple games in this series. That team, you don't tell me a team that they got talent on there with Mike Conley Jr., who's a vet. You understand what I'm saying? They got Rudy Gobert, who last night he had 16 points and 17 rebounds?
15 rebounds.
Right, 15 rebounds? Pat, what, 20, what did he get you last night? 20-something and 12?
26 and 11.
And then Ant 27 and something? They should have won a couple games in this series.
Well, they should have. Ticket. Only reason why they didn't is because that 26 and 11 guy, he didn't do anything the previous 4 games. I'm with you. No. I agree with you. Not only has he not done anything the previous 4 games, this is his MO in the playoffs. In the playoffs,
my brother, Chip-Town. I agree with you. Phil, I'm just saying, if we looking at that team, they're supposed to.
From a talent standpoint, absolutely. From a talent standpoint,
supposed to win 2 games in that series.
If you look on paper, they shouldn't have got mopped. But when you look, go ahead, Tom.
No, go ahead.
When you look at this team from a talent standpoint, absolutely, this series should have been more competitive. But when you see what these guys have produced, for example, Karl-Anthony Towns, what he has produced in the playoffs for his career, this is indicative to what happens to this team. They go as he goes. So now we got to start looking in a different direction. Who should we be building this unit around? Should we be building this unit around him? Well, he's in year 8. and we've gotten probably everything that we're going to get out of him. And this is where we are. We haven't been out of the first round since he's been here. So he's proven that he is a number one on a playoff team. But that's as far as we're going to go with him. That's as far as we're going to go with him. With that being said, we have this young guy who's shown flashes of being brilliant, right? And this kid, Anthony Edwards. Maybe we should start reconsidering what we're doing with this group. Because I actually like Rudy Gobert as a 5-man, as a rim protector, as a rebounder. I'm not sure about this second guy, Karl Anthony Towns. I'm thinking that we might need to move. It might be a good idea for us to move on from him because we've seen everything that we're going to see. Is it realistic to think that this is going to change if his role changes? Well, if his role changes, what is he now going to be? Is he going to be a second guy? And as a second guy, how much different is his game going to be? We've seen who he is in the playoffs. And he now is playing with a guy who can possibly take some of that pressure off of him. But with that guy taking pressure off of him, we still see what his game is. So even as a number 2 or as a number 3, we still see what his game is. So is it realistic to think, is it unrealistic for me to think that maybe we should move in another direction?
They should. Cat and Rudy wasn't. I thought they were going to work, but then watching them, it wasn't going to work. And then you just move Cat in that situation, build around and Rudy Gobert, Jaden McDaniels, because that's the makings of a really good defensive team right there. You see what Mike Conley can do next year because he is getting older. Maybe you try and pursue some sort of point guard. But I think the makings of a good team is there without Cat, depending on what you can get back for him in a trade. But I don't know who really wants Cat at this point.
So, as I said at the beginning of the season, Jay, you can keep me honest. Minnesota's not going to work. I don't care how talented they look on paper. It's not a good team. They're not going to do well. I'm actually surprised where they seeded, where I thought they'd be out. I didn't even think they'd make it out of the play-in. So the fact that they won one game is a surprise. They shouldn't have won one game. They're significantly outmatched. That team is not good. But then what makes you think Minnesota as a franchise, as an ownership group, when have they been good for a long period of time? They're just not. They're a poorly run franchise for the most part. So I'm not surprised that they stink. That's just who they are. And that's why I keep telling you guys, look at history. It tells you about the future. So I'm not surprised. I am surprised they won a game. I am. I thought they'd fold after they went down 2-0. Good for Ant, who said, I can't get swept. Congratulations, Ant, because I like him as a player. You didn't get swept. Congratulations.
I just look at that crew, man. Without Jaden McDaniels, without Naz Reid, I think that it would have been a more competitive series because a lot of the stuff that they got beat on was the dirty work stuff. So Joker, 17 rebounds. Now, if Naz Reid is in there, if Jaden McDaniels is in there, plus Rudy, maybe we alleviate some of that, right? Because Cat's not going to fight. Cat's not going to help Rudy fight. We already saw what that is, right? So if you got your dirty work guys like Jaden McDaniels, maybe we alleviate some of that perimeter offense that they had. Maybe we slow down Jamal Murray a little bit more than what he was already than how he was already going. Maybe we do some of those things. But because they didn't have them, now that puts more pressure on the other perimeter players to step up. And also they lost Slow-Mo, so he was out of the lineup too. Right. They lost Slow-Mo too. So with him being out of the lineup, these are guys that are really important in order for them to move on. Well, because they don't have these guys, Denver is, I think, to be honest with you, I think Denver is the most complete team in the Western Conference. So with that being said, I'm not surprised that they handled Minnesota the way they did. But Minnesota moving forward, they kind of stuck with this team, guys. They are. I mean, they don't have any draft picks because they gave all the draft picks to Utah. And the money that they have, I mean, they got money tied up in Naz Reid. They got money tied up in Rudy Gobert. They got to still pay Ant because he's still on his Rook deal. So they got to figure out some things in Minnesota. So they might be stuck with this unit.
They'll get some picks back for Cat.
This is my
That's
question.
What I was thinking, Bob.
They'll definitely get some picks back for Cat.
Yeah.
Somebody wants Cat. Cat has a value still. A lot of people.
Let me ask you.
They want him still.
Ask you, Bob. So you say he'll get value for Cat based on the trade they made. Based on the trade they made to get Gobert, do you trust? If this was your team, if you were a Wolves fan, if you were a T-Wolves fan, would you trust them that they'd make a good trade based on what they just did this offseason?
Man, Honestly, well, with that being said,
Your
I wasn't. No, wait. I wasn't. If the only problem that I have with that Rudy Gobert trade is that I didn't know Walker Kessler was going to be as good of a rim protector down there as he was. The reason I'm not mad at the trade is because I'm okay with seeing if the Twin Tower experiment works. If the Twin Tower experiment doesn't work, then we move on Cat. So I'm thinking they saw that already coming. Like, we'll give it a chance. It's a win-win situation. If we don't make it work, then we'll move Cat and we'll get all those picks back and maybe another young player.
Bob, I respectfully.
No one's going to give you all those picks back for Cat.
Well, not all of them, but they'll get something in return. They'll get something in return. Cat,
Bob,
I believe Cat still has a big value.
Hey, Bob, I respectfully disagree with what you just said. I'm going to tell you why. I think Minnesota was better before the trade. And the reason why is because I like what Vanderbilt brought to that team, the aspect of what he brought defensively and able to crash the boards. And what he brought. I like what Pat Beverly brought to that team. I thought that team was building, and I thought that they had good chemistry. I thought that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I thought they should have ran it back this year with the same team they had last year, and I thought this year's team would have had way more chemistry. They've been through something together, but then when you package all the guys that they sent away, I think it kind of hurt the identity of their team, and they struggled to find a real identity when they actually found one last year. And I thought Pat Bev was perfect for that team for the tenacity, and then they could have used Pat Bev in a series against the Denver Nuggets with a guy like Jamal Murray and those guys like that. It could have used Vanderbilt in that series with the way he's able to roam and change on defenders and things like that. So I really do like it. The only thing I do see is that, Cat would have probably been in foul trouble guarding Jokic in the post during that series. But, like Chilltown said, at what point we're going to see Cat step his game up and take his game to another level and make dudes pay for it. So I just think they overpaid for Rudy Gobert. And it hurt I think that it killed their who they were as a team. I think they couldn't find themselves.
Now, in fairness, Tone, and I appreciate your logic about the draft picks and the Twin Towers not working. Now, just so you know, we're I think 2 weeks before the season ends, and they're a half game out the 5 spot. So them giving up those draft picks, they're looking at those draft picks like those are going to be late first round picks. We really don't need those. We're getting Rudy Gobert to get tougher in the paint. We're getting Rudy Gobert to be a better rim protecting team and a better rebounding team. And we're going to be better. So those draft picks aren't going to mean that much to us, as opposed to if we don't make the playoffs and we end up in the lottery. So now we got to give those draft picks up. That's not the way they were looking at it. They were looking at it like we're going to be a good team because Rudy's going to be the difference in what we didn't have last year. And that's why those draft picks, late first round picks, aren't going to be that big of a deal.
Here's the thing, though. When you say stuff like they were however many games out of the 5th seed, let's also put some context there. This was a very bad year. They were 42-40. They were one win away. They're a 500 team essentially for the season. Yes, there's injuries and other things, but they're a 500 team. So yes, in this down year in the West, they were whatever games out of 5th. They're still a 500 team. That's not where you want to be, right? You want to be better than a 500 team.
Sure. Now, with that being said, too, Tone, we gotta also put some more context on that. That their second best offensive player. He missed 50 games. So I mean that does matter. So I think that we're talking.
Did you have them finishing?
I had them as a top 5 seed in the West.
So,
I did, and they were right. They were right around there.
Yeah.
They were right around there. Cat got hurt. I mean, we talking about the last two. I think the last 2 weeks of the season, they're like a half game out the 5 spot. So I'm thinking they could still be a top 5 seed, even with Cat missing 50 games, right? So now we get this crew back next year. Tone, we're in year 8 with Cat, right? So I think that the best of him, I want to say that we've seen it, but what I also can't say, what I don't want to do is I don't want to overvalue him. I don't want to go, okay, well, there's another level with him. Is it?
No, he's not. There's no more. That's it.
Because
you keep telling me we know who you are by year 5.
By year 5, this is what you should expect from this guy moving forward. You're going to have some better seasons, but this is probably who this guy is, right? So when I look at Cat, I'm thinking to myself, I think that we've seen everything that we're going to see from him. Now, moving forward, can I get a playoff run out of him? Or maybe 2 playoff runs out of him, possibly, where he looks great. But for the most part, I'm probably not going to get that.
So Bob, you said they're going to get some of those first round picks back, right? So
Yeah, I would assume so.
Give me an example. Where's a team? Because Cat can't be your number one. We all agree on that, correct? He can't be your.
I agree. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So he's going to be that third option. I'm assuming I'm safe in saying third option, right? Because even if he's your second option, we know you're going to be a 500 team. So third option Cat. Where is he going? That's a third option that can give up that much draft capital, that the picks will be worth it, because they're where give me a couple of landing spots for Cat.
All right, so I'm gonna put a few out there, and you let me know if they work. I'm not too hip to all what everybody's making exactly. Maybe they could work something out with New Orleans, Golden State. New Orleans, Golden State. Maybe OKC.
Mars likes Golden State. Why do you like Golden State so much?
Hey, if Golden State want Cat, go for it. Bro.
Well, I'm just saying New Orleans, Golden State, OKC, Houston, maybe.
No, Mars don't want nothing to do with that.
I know you don't like, but I think Houston with those young boys, and then with M.A. Dope
to be yeah, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, so let's go through it. So Golden State would make sense, because if he's the fourth option behind,
what would they have to give up? What would Golden State have to give up?
What are they giving up that? And are you taking those draft picks? Like, because Golden State's going to be the draft picks aren't going to be high,
right?
Okay,
you're giving up Draymond.
You're giving up Dre. Yeah, is Minnesota taking Dre?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're giving up. I'm saying you're giving up Draymond. Jordan Poole. I'm saying you're giving up Draymond, Jordan Poole.
Jordan.
That's like 60 million.
Does that make sense?
No, but I'm saying no. But you package up. You're gonna package the player with it.
Mars, we know some of the money because we're leaving the money out for a second.
I think Minnesota. I think Minnesota would have to take the young fella that they just got, Patrick Baldwin.
Okay. So the other one,
I think they would have to take him and Kaminga or something like.
Okay.
I'm not just taking Draymond Green. No.
Yeah, no, for sure.
No, not for Cat. No, we're not doing that.
So the Golden State one's tough, right? There's a lot of money. Draft picks aren't going to be that great. That one's tough. So the other teams you said were all young. So like a Houston and OKC and New Orleans.
Cat's still young.
I know, but let me finish. If he goes to OKC or Houston, is he going to be the third option on that team, or is he going to be expected to be one?
Number
and if
one.
he's the one,
he ain't expected to be over Shea.
So and OKC the number two. He's definitely the number two. Okay. I actually like, to be honest with you, I actually like him in Portland, and I think Portland would give it. I think they would give up some good stuff for him. I think they can get.
They're desperate. So
they're desperate. They might.
I think Portland would give up something for Cat. And on top of that would appease Dame, because Dame would look at Cat like, word.
Like a cat.
At that point, Anthony Edwards has to like demand, like, okay, well, bring me Ant Simons too. Like, I need Simons with me, and we can do it.
Y'all don't like what OKC could potentially offer with Chet, picks, and maybe what you call it, and what's the boy's name?
So
they got the picks, Chet, picks, and what's the boy's name?
You got both Williams, you got Josh Giddey, you got Lou Dort. You got
the guy that came from that you get good.
I think OKC. My point was, I think OKC might give a good package, but then if he goes there, he's the number two. Is a Shea Cat? Is that more than a 500 team?
Man, they'll be a 50+ win team.
I think they'll get better. Really? I think OKC gets better with that.
How many games they won this year? How many games they won this year? Like 42, 43?
41, I think. I think they won 41 games. They got like 25 first-round draft picks. How about you hand over about 12 of those?
All the picks. I would look if I'm Minnesota, like, y'all can have Cat for just give me a bunch of draft picks in any one of these young boys and we can run it. Like, get him out of here.
I like him in Portland because I think it appeases Dame, to be honest with you. I think Dame looks at Cat as a viable piece. Cat doesn't have to worry about it's a similar situation to what's going on in Minnesota, where he's playing with a lead guard like he's playing with Anthony Edwards, only except Dame could now look for Cat to be more of a safety net for him as opposed to him being the lead dog.
But chill, is that a winning team though?
Does Dame need at this point?
Does
Dame need appeasing? You said it'll appease Dame. Does he need that at this point?
I don't think he wants. To be honest with you, I don't think he wants to leave Portland. But I think that because of all the chatter, I think that the public is running him out of there, and not in a bad way. Almost in a there's no reason why you
team,
Yeah,
right?
there's no reason why you should. There's no reason why you should still be here. Not because you suck, but because you could do better than this.
You've given enough to Portland. Go
Right.
chase.
You can do better than this. And for them to get Cat, I think that appeases him, and I think that quiets the noise around him.
Okay. I just saw a story like that about Pierce Bronson. You guys remember Pierce Bronson on 007? His wife got very, and everyone's saying you can do better. So I understand. Right. Yeah.
I can see Cat coming to Portland being more of like, just like you said, Portland's way of appeasing Dame. I don't think they win. I think it makes a little more excitement in the crowds. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's just gonna be Dame and Cat out there shooting 16 threes. They just gonna be out there just trading 3 for 3. Here, you shoot it.
What's Portland trying to do? Is Portland trying to win, or are they trying to appease Dame?
I think
Because
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all.
If I'm Portland, I'm trading Dame instead of bringing something to him.
I'm gonna tell y'all a team y'all didn't say, and I know Ron gonna love this. The Atlanta Hawks.
I really don't love that.
And that's just train. That's just
No. The reason why I'm saying this is this. The reason why I'm saying this is this. Well, you like Trae Young, but the reason why I'm saying this is this. With Atlanta, that gets you off of what's the force man's name they've been trying to trade?
I do love him.
Collins. That gets you off Collins. Mm-hmm. Also, they got other assets they can move too. But then if you put him beside Clint Capella, I like that.
I like
him,
young guy.
Capella,
it's definitely an upgrade over John Collins, no doubt about it.
I like that, bro.
What's the difference between Capella and Rudy?
Capella's more Capella. To me, I just like Capella better, man.
Who's
no? You know what you like? Let's call it what it is. Ticket. Capella tougher than him. You think Rudy's soft? Can we keep it all the way 100?
Yeah.
You think Rudy's soft? You don't think Capella is soft? That's all it is.
He is though. I mean, he is. He's soft.
Okay.
Rudy gets league COVID. Get him out of here. Like, how many threes does Trae and Cat shoot? Like, does that offense become a 50 threes a game?
No.
At least 35 threes a game.
But Cat shoot 40 from the 3. That's the
he
thing.
does shoot 40 from the 3.
He
does shoot 40 from the 3.
Now that gives you something way different than John Collins, Chilltown, because Collins can't shoot the ball like that. So now if you're Trae Young, now that really gets defense off your ass. You playing that pick and pop, pick and roll with Cat.
And you still got the lob threat and Capella. That's a natural offense.
And you got the lob threat with Rudy too. You didn't have the distributor in Minnesota.
That's what I'm saying. You don't got that.
You did not have the minute.
We're saying Cat at the 5, right?
No,
he has to be next to Capella. You just have the same problems you have in Minnesota. It's the
same thing.
If I want Cat as a stretch 5 with a defensive.
Yes, 4. Jared Vanderbilt. That's what you needed, Jared Vanderbilt. But
but Minnesota could get a package from that though. With
Cat to the Lakers.
Cat to the Lakers.
We're gonna need Ant too.
Yo, fellas. The last question I want to propose, because we've come up with a million trade scenarios for Cat, but we don't think that it was just 1 year and that things can get better next year. Maybe year 3.
It could. It could. Okay, Tone, hold on. You being a Lakers fan, right? You being a Lakers fan, you should know better. Don't forget, your boys moved off of Eddie Jones and got swept out the playoffs. All they did was change, which I love. I hated them trading Eddie Jones. All they did was change the coach. They ended up winning. They ended up in the NBA championship 4 times in the next 5 years, right? Now we're talking. It was the same personnel, so we might be looking at a group that really isn't that far away, that maybe you might just have to change one thing. Maybe it's possible that you might just have to change one thing, whether it's the coach, whether it's the system. You might not be that far away with this.
Sure, that's possible. But when, again, I said this at the beginning of the season when I saw that team, right? Yep. I said those two. I said Cat and Gobert are not going to work.
You didn't like it.
The little bit that we saw of them together, it didn't work. So I guess, yes, technically, if they make one change or a new system, maybe someone figures out a way to make it work. I don't see how, but maybe, sure.
I expected Cat to be better at the 4 because that's the position that he thrived in, both in college and being a stretch 4. It just makes more sense.
But I think he's a stretch 5. In today's NBA, I think he's a stretch 5. And no matter what AD, Cat, all these guys, Bam, want to do, they're 5 in today's NBA, even though they want to be 4s. We want them to be 4s. They're 5s. I think they're 5s. I know you hate it. But I think
I'm sorry because I'm on Tickets page with Ewing and Olajuwon and David Robinson. Like I miss them dudes.
Those days are gone.
I miss them dudes, man. Shaq. I do. I miss those guys. I do, yo.
See,
all right, fellas.
Hey, can we pause for a second on the NBA? Because my cousin messaged me. And he said, I think he loves the show, watches the show every day from Athens, Greece. And he's like, guys, you got to take 30 seconds out and shout out to Theodoro. Listen, he says, shout out the EuroLeague. They're in the semifinals. You know, he's 2 blocks away from Olympiacos. And, you know, we got one of our own playing in the EuroLeague in that semifinal.
Is Olympiacos in the playoffs?
Yes, sir.
Are they in the playoffs? They the best team in Europe. Y'all know they tried to crucify Shaq a few months back when he said outside of the NBA, Olympiacos is the best team in the world. And outside of the NBA, Olympiacos is the best team in the world.
Facts. And they're in the semifinals. And hey, check out if you love hoops, not just NBA. If you love hoops, check out the EuroLeague. It's good basketball. It's good basketball. So
they're probably better than Detroit as well. They're probably better than Detroit. But they're not better in Houston. They're probably better in Detroit.
I think Minnesota loses in a 7-game series to Olympiacos.
Hey, man, you know these boys stole what you said yesterday, man.
What are you talking about?
What now?
Boys on ESPN, some savages. This man just said exactly what Kid Town said yesterday about Kevin McHale playing in the playoffs with a broke foot. He said Kevin McHale played through the whole playoffs. He just said a word for word what Kid Town just said on national TV.
I can't share my source on here, but I shared it with you in our private chat. I have an insider there who says they watch our show. They have it on their phones, on their monitors. And
in the words of Craig Mack, you biting my style. Stop biting my style.
He said exactly. I'm talking about word for word what you said. That's crazy, bro.
Stop biting our style. Stop biting our style. Leave us alone, yo. Come up with your own style. Get off us. We got our own thing going on.
Hey, listen. I believe that I'll probably butcher it because I butcher all sayings. It's something to the extent of what is it? Copying, impersonation is the best form of flattery, something like that. Imitation is the best form of flattery.
Imitation is the best form of flattery. So, Ticket, you told me this months ago that they watching us, not just them, but the players. You've been told me this. I was like, them dudes ain't watching us.
Yeah, no. But I was just shocked because he said exactly. I'm talking about word for word, like exact the same words you used. I said, damn, dog, these boys ain't got no shame out here.
They copy it through the closed caption. They copy it and they put it on the teleprompter. All those guys off the teleprompter, anyways.
The dude, Mad Dog said it. You can go see it on ESPN today.
No shame.
There you go. Mad Dog.
All right, fellas, we're going to keep it pushing to another series where another team was eliminated, the Los Angeles Clippers, and the Phoenix Suns have advanced to the second round. Let's talk about this game 4, and let's just talk about the series in a whole. Mars, how was the game?
The game was it was close, and then Devin Booker went on a 400-0 run on his own.
I counted 250, Mars.
Yeah, that made the game a little bit less close. But then the Clippers down the stretch, they put on a fight. Nicholas Batum started making some shots. Shout out to Nicholas Batum. Russell Westbrook didn't play great, so that was kind of sad. I thought he would go out a bit better than that, but. I did say before the series they'd lose in 5. It wasn't in the same 5 as I imagined. I thought Kawhi would have been able to play the whole series, so that was disappointing. But I think Phoenix just handled business they were meant to. They didn't drop any unnecessary games, and they just did what they were meant to do. They closed the series out in 5, and then we'll see what they do against Denver.
I think Phoenix got exposed, and I think that if Kawhi played, they lose this series in 5 games. I think this series is in complete reverse if Kawhi Leonard played, if he was able to play. I feel like Phoenix is very overrated. I think they have a very thin bench, and I think that they're going to get tested in other rounds where guys are actually going to be competent enough, unlike Ty Lue was, to actually double-team Devin Booker and take the ball out of his hands. I've never seen a guy be able to run off 25 straight points, and the coach don't even send a double-team your way. He just let you play one-on-one and dance with the stars all night. And that's exactly no. Right. Hold on. Only Mike Budenholzer and that dude does dumb stuff like this. And so, like I said before, Ty Lue made 0 adjustments, and Russ killed the game last night. Let's just be honest. I can give Fluent what he want to hear. Russ killed the game. They had complete control of the game. And here comes Russ, turnover, brick, bad shot, brick. And then Devin Booker went on his, as soon as Russ did that, that's when Devin Booker went on the run. Game over. Once they ran up to 20 right there, game over. So, yeah, Russ lost the game last night.
And that's the problem with Russ. He'll give you those great games that Russ is like my golf game. Every time I want to quit, I'll hit a perfect right down the middle of the fairway drive and be like, oh, I love this game. That's who Russ is. He'll just, like I said, he's good enough to be good and not good enough, if that makes sense. I'll say this. I'm torn with the Suns because part of me wants to say, man, they're exposed. Like the fact that they couldn't really like put out this team. When I say put out, like the games were close, even though it was 5 games, couldn't put out a game without their 2 best players. Man, they're going to have troubles in the next round.
Sons
the
of
other
frauds.
side of me says, well, playing in close games helps you in the playoffs because you learn, at the end of games what you need to do to win. And the one thing I know and hate about Kevin Durant is he does play to his level of competition. So did we just see them playing down to a beaten up Clippers team? Maybe. So that's why I'm torn, because they're either expose themselves as frauds and they're out in the next round, or they learned how to win tight games, which is a good thing in the playoffs. I don't know yet. I gotta see.
I mean, they got guys with so much experience already with KD, Chris Paul, and Devin Booker. So it's like y'all know how to. If y'all don't know how to close out close games, y'all not just gonna learn in this round. I think the Suns lack a bunch of depth. I think that Trae, they losing a lot of defense. They're frauds, if you ask me. I think Clippers would have handled those guys. Now, obviously, there's no asterisks. This is basketball. You lose. I'm not trying to say that they didn't deserve to win this series. I'm just saying I think a healthy Clippers team makes easy work of this Suns team.
Easy work.
It's they weren't. So we move on. But let me ask you.
No doubt.
You did say something that I just want to clarify, because you said if they're learning how to win close games now, no, as a team, because KD and Chris Paul and Booker, they've never played together.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying is when I say learn to play close games, who's going to take the last shot, who's bringing up the ball, who's going to be the facilitator, who's going to be. Those roles haven't been defined. They've played together for like 5 minutes. So that's what I meant. Yeah.
Also, I did want to say this too. I forgot to say this. I'm sorry for questioning Devin Booker's leg strength, the back, his back, because
he did throw them on his back yesterday, didn't he?
I did not know Devin Booker could carry like that.
Man, he threw them on his back. This whole series, Devin Booker carried. Let's call a spade a spade. Devin Booker carried this whole series. He averaged 37.
Yeah, don't trip.
Hey, look, well, I'm gonna say this to y'all. I don't want to sound like I'm just going against y'all. I disagree with the carry. I think it looks like he carried because he played with KD. I saw last year in his game 7 when he was supposed to carry, and he got carried by Luka Doncic, and in his own house, him and CP3 got carried.
So what about when KD was supposed to carry?
Well, no, I'm saying it was focused on. No, I'm saying it was focused on KD this whole series. Tyronn Lue, you can see they focused their defense on KD, and that is Book just took the advantage and went and got off. I don't like Book because. No, I'm saying, but I don't like Book because he's a front runner to me. He do all this screaming and hollering on against a depleted team. But then when they get in the mix, watch this next series they play Denver. When they get in the mix, let's see if they down 3-0 or down 3-1. If he out here doing all this hooting and hollering and front running and screaming and shouting like that, because he damn sure wasn't doing it after Game 7 last year when Luka walked in there, tore their ass up. And cooked their ass the hard way.
What did Luka say about Devin Booker? It's easy to talk.
Easy talk when you up. It's easy talk when you up, and he does that, bro.
Yeah, it's easy to act when you up. Now, when I saw it,
but it is.
Devin Booker is Dylan Brooks with a jump shot.
Like, but don't we crucify people when they talk when they're down? Like when a guy does they're down by 20 and he does a 360 windmill dunk. You're like, what are you doing that for? Does a bat flip when they're down 10 runs. Like we tell them not to do that. Right. Have we created that we've told them, hey, when you're up, talk your shit, and when you're losing, respect the game.
No, but he's never won anything though, Fluent. At least guys like Stephen Clay have won. That's why Clay looks at him and said, bro, he points to his finger and said, bro, we got 4 of these. You over here talking. You ain't did shit.
Yeah.
Those same cats though, Fluent, the ones that want to go get those layups at the end of the game, those are the same cats that want to fight when somebody do that to them. The same cats that want to rush the bench inside.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't care if I'm up 50 or down 50. I'm talking crap, but yeah, that's just
facts.
I thought the third quarter was the separator in this game. I thought Russ and Norm Powell going 0 for 10. They basically got into a shootout with Devin Booker, and I hear a lot of people talking about, well, Devin Booker was double teamed. There's a difference between double teaming somebody and when and where you double team somebody. So Devin Booker, he's not very good in the short corner when he gets double. He's a turnover machine. But when he's coming off the pick and roll, if you doubling him, if he's at the top of the key and you're doubling him, well, he's already going downhill, as opposed to when he's already shifted to one side of the floor and you get him in the double team and you get him in the short corner. Now his attention is diverted. And not only his attention is diverted, his sight is not there. So he's throwing the ball in the second row. He's taking bad shots. Only except Russ and both Norman Powell, instead of them doing that, they now are getting into a shootout with him. Once Devin Booker got it going, it was too late for both Norman Powell and it was too late for both Norman Powell and Russell Westbrook. And Aaron Gordon, get Aaron Gordon off the floor. Get Aaron Gordon off the floor simply because I can't watch this dude defend. How many times is Devin Booker going to walk up into a 17-footer wide open? Are you going to at least contest him? Are you going to at least try to slow him down? I understand that Eric Gordon is out there to make shots, but you're also out there for energy too. And part of energy is playing some defense. You don't have to be an all-league defender, but you have to at least make it difficult on him. And he's done none of that.
Why is he even guarding Devin Booker?
It's interesting because the double team. I was really surprised the few times in that third quarter when Book was going on his run. They did blitz him a couple of times, but they did it at the top of the key. He had everywhere to go. Like, right. Even a quarter, that surprised the hell out of me.
Particularly on the left-hand side of the floor. When Devin Booker is on the left-hand side of the floor, when he gets boxed in, he has a tendency to make huge mistakes. That's what Jason Kidd did to him last season in the playoffs. Him and both Chris Paul. Now, you would think that Ty Lue would see that, because how do you find out about guys? You find out about guys by not just watching them in the game. You watch tape. You watch tape and you see what their tendencies are and you see what they're not good at. And Devin Booker, in the short corner, particularly in the double, he is not good. He doesn't get rid of the basketball quick enough and he takes bad shots. But if he's coming off the screen at the top of the key when he's already got momentum, he's walking into a 17-footer. How many of those wide open or with a slight contested hand is he going to miss? He's not going to miss many. And that's basically what happened. And the Clippers figured, Russ and Norman Powell, we're going to try to match his production instead of trying to slow him down. Well, that just got flipped on them.
Also, he started playing Marcus Morris too late. Told him should have been playing Marcus Morris.
Why isn't Covington in the lineup? What is the problem? Why isn't Covington in the lineup? That's 6'8". That's a defender. That's a D&3 guy who can help us. Why wasn't he in the lineup? Is there a problem between him? I'm trying to figure out when Coach Lue, when he looks at Covington and he looks at this series, what is he seeing that Covington can't help us?
Personal beef, man. That's when you know it's personal. Like sometimes in pro basketball, Bob can tell you it get personal sometimes when you're playing ball. Like with a coach or with a situation, like he may not play you just based off personal like or dislike. So I think that definitely was personal with Ty Lue, because the times that he did play Covington during the end of the season, Covington played well. And Covington was he was statistically their best player last year. I think coming off the bench. He was the best. He was one of the best players in the league last year coming off the bench from statistically as far as the analytics was concerned. Right. So that had to have been personal to me, because there's no reason why Nick Batum should have kept getting all those minutes after we saw those first couple games, bro.
And Rob's a decent defender too.
Yeah, he is. He was an all-league defender. He was an all-league defender at one point. So I think he's better than decent. And for them to get back in the game the way that they did, that just frightens me with the Phoenix Suns. Because if you think that you're going to be able to play that way against Denver, you got another thing coming.
Denver running their troops off the bench, Chilltown. Yes, Denver's going to beat them in 6 games because of their bench. Denver's bench is going to outscore, and they're going to have to wear them down. Monty's going to have to play KD in them high minutes in this series to keep the games close. Because with Denver, and the fact that it's in Denver, bro, they in trouble, bro. That little bench they got, bro, they get that shit get ready to get towed to shreds. Because those guys coming from Denver, they got like 7 guys in double figures, right? Those guys come in looking to put it in the rack.
Who's Chris Paul going to guard?
That's right. We were talking about this yesterday. Chris Paul has no shot of playing defense in this series. No, no shot on anyone, no matter where they
play. Mile high too, Morris. They're in that mile high.
That Denver altitude, you can't play 45 minutes in that Denver altitude. You won't survive. So I don't know how that's gonna work for Phoenix.
No,
That's my slight
Damo, what's
concern.
good with you?
How y'all doing? How you doing? Sorry I'm late, man. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, you good? You good? We're
No, he's
talking
not.
about the
He's
Phoenix
late.
Suns.
Don't let him off the hook. Yeah, he's late.
We're
Run a
talking
couple
about the
laps.
Phoenix
Let's go.
Suns.
10 suicides, 15 burpees. Make him run.
Phoenix Suns or Los Angeles Clippers, Damo. How you feeling about this series? Or how did you feel about the series
How did I
and the
feel
game
about
last night?
Honestly, I'm extremely happy with what I've seen, man. I'm happy I got to see Devin Booker get the benefit from, like I thought when the series first started, him benefiting from playing with a generational talent on offense, him being able to create shots. Now, I understand that it wasn't just as simple as him just having a green light and the freedom to do whatever he wanted. He still had to work for some things, but it was way easier than his finals run in 2021. I do know there is a loud, I'm going to call a minority of people who are screaming, oh, why didn't he do? Oh, we haven't seen him do this great. We've seen him be great and then still lose. Like, all right, bro, whatever. A lot of greats, a lot of guys haven't been here. A lot of guys in their first playoffs wasn't able to go on a finals run. That's just unprecedented. Like the kid's doing great. Kevin Durant being able to just do what he can with the team is great. Bismack Biyombo, of all people, giving you valuable minutes of all, like, man, I did not think an X Factor would be
Tone love
playing.
him some Bismack Biyombo, boy. Let me tell you.
You
Tone love him
too
some Bismack.
fluent. That's my dude.
Tone love him some Bismack, boy.
Yeah,
I genuinely didn't care about Bismack Biyombo until I seen Rudy Gobert getting loved. I was like, yo, he might as well. Why not love Bismack Biyombo at that point? But yeah, Bismack being an X Factor was great. Listen, I give the guy a lot of slack over the years. I gave the guy a lot of slack on a lot of platforms. Russell Westbrook, I understand this is an opportune time for a lot of people to get on you. I'm not going to be one of those people because he went out there and he fought. And I understand Russ always plays with energy. He always hustles, he always plays with grit. But he was able to turn what a lot of people said was the end of his basketball career in the NBA, turn that into an extension next year, an extension, or someone's going to pick him up. And he didn't play nowhere near as bad as I thought he was going to play. The guy went out there, he competed on a team that he should not have been competing as the sole best player on. Now, obviously, Norman Powell was out there giving buckets, but still, Russ, this entire series with Kawhi going down, with PG not being there, with the inconsistencies, wherever it was, he still went out there and said, I don't care what's going on. I don't care about the narratives. Even if I'm shooting 3 for 18, like people in the chat want to bring up, even if I'm shooting 3 for 19, I'm going to impact the game of basketball like a real hooper does. So I'm going to give him his flowers, even though it's super easy for me to get up here and be like, yet again, another exit for Westbrook, yet again, another exit for the Clippers. I'm going to take the high road as a Laker fan. They didn't give us this courtesy in 2021. I'm going to be the bigger person today and be like, yo, Clippers, y'all will be back, hopefully. Don't.
They need to refund him.
And not only that, too, Ticket. Can we not leave out the fact that they didn't have Russ in October? They just got Russ a month and a half ago. So this is what we've seen in like 6 weeks. So once they get this dude on the crew, now we already know who Russ is. But I'd like to think that Russ fits with this unit. If we could get them dudes healthy, right? If we could get them dudes healthy and just play for a little while longer, I think this thing looks a lot different.
Yo, no Kawhi, but what if PG happens to be healthy?
They win.
I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough.
Yo, the Suns are so weak.
Yeah, it was that close.
The Suns are so weak that if Russ just played good basketball, they could have won this series without Kawhi and Paul George.
And Paul George.
If Russ wasn't such an airhead, man, y'all seen what was going on.
Hey, Bob, say it in certain moments though, because not overall you can't say that in certain moments. But Dom, and you shook your head a little bit, but he's right, bro. If you add Paul George, the games was that close that you needed another guy like Paul George who could help weather some of the storm. If they had PG, bro, they win this series in no more than 6 games, bro.
Last night, Damo, they came back from down 20.
I feel you.
Phoenix should have buried them. Phoenix should have buried them.
I understand that.
Getting if Paul George and Kawhi, if everybody's healthy, in your opinion, they'll win. But hold on, it takes away from all the other people. You said, "Oh, this guy played a good game. Norman did this, and that guy did that." And those guys take away from what they do. Those guys
do they go?
Yeah, they do. Do you think Norm's scoring the same amount of points if George and Kawhi are there? There's only
I wasn't talking about with Paul George and Kawhi. I was talking about without them. I'm talking about how the team was right now. If Russ would have played basketball, you know, in not the whole time, but there were a lot of crucial moments where it's like, Russ, that's like a 15-point swing right there. Russ, if you just protect the ball, stop shooting them stupid threes, attack the rim, get off the ball a little bit. Oh, they could have made it a 7-game series.
I've been telling you that's Russ, and I also told you Clippers going to clip. I'm just saying, yes, in theory, on paper, if Paul George and Kawhi are there, they should win. That's what everyone said at the beginning of the season before they got Russ. They said Clippers are the paper champions. They have the best team on paper. And I said, but the Clippers are going to clip. Something's going to happen. Someone's going to get hurt. Someone's going to get traded. That's just what the Clippers do. So all I'm saying is, while I'm not saying I disagree, if they had those guys, they probably make it at least a 6-7 game series. Let's not forget, everybody else plays different when those guys are there, and it not necessarily better, right? Like Job makes the Grizzlies better. But we all probably agree the Grizzlies pay better and when Jaw's not there.
Well,
hey, y'all think Chicago signs Russ to maybe a 3 or 4 year deal? 3 year deal, three years.
I think the Clippers do that. I think the Clippers do that.
No, I think the Clippers. I think the Clippers do a 2 year deal if they can. I don't know if they want to commit 3 to Russ, but I think Chicago, Billy D, seeing what he saw, I think Chicago will come with a 3 year deal for Russ. I think Chicago will come with a 3 year nice size deal because I think they're going to try to get off Vujacic if I'm not mistaken.
Because I don't think Chicago that far away. Losing Lonzo Ball was big, yo.
That is
losing Lonzo Ball was huge.
In Minnesota, Jay?
Excuse me 1 second.
One more time, Tone.
Do you still want Russ? You've been from the trade deadline, prior to the trade deadline, you wanted Russ in Minnesota.
I loved Russ in Minnesota. And
you still feel that way?
Well, they still got Mike Conley and
but he's 1,000. He might retire. Let's be honest.
Well, he's still got 1 more year left on his deal, and I think that he's still good. They would have to trade Mike Conley, and then if they would bring Russ in for 2 years, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that because I think that with Rudy being the rim runner that he is, with Cat being the rim runner and finish it, I think Russ makes those guys a lot better. Once again, I can't reiterate this enough. Russ is going to throw the ball in the second row. Russ is going to shoot the ball off the top of the backboard, but Russ is also going to play hard. Russ is going to get those big guys involved in the game. Russ is going to get he's going to play make better. So if you put him on a unit like Minnesota, you put him on a unit like the Clippers, I think you're going to get more out of him than you wouldn't otherwise.
Can I ask, because I think there's only one destination for Russ that makes perfect sense if he wants to compete and still play his style of basketball and people hold him accountable and be just as much as dogs as him, and that's the South Beach. Him going to Miami, playing with Jimmy Butler. If they come off, I don't know what the Kyle Lowry deal is looking like. How long they have him?
This is last season. This season he come off the books after the season.
He come off after the season, and I don't know if they have to move probably some other unusable guys they brought up from the G League the last 2 years. But you send Russ down there, Russ in Miami, it makes so much sense. Jimmy Butler needs dogs around him. Jimmy works well. Jimmy's a dog. He's going to work however he wants to work. I gave Jimmy slack, but he's consistently shown me he's going to be a dog when he needs to be a dog. Russ is showing that. I feel like you put him down there, it works relatively well compared to a lot of situations right now.
They got to come.
Hold on.
They got to come. They got to come with a bigger deal. Go ahead.
Correction. Kyle Lowry is owed $29.7 million for 23-24. So he has one.
He got one more year.
He'll be the Clippers or the Bulls next year. He'll be with the Clippers or the Bulls.
Now, Tone, to your point, when you were talking about guys playing different, well, that's because with my stars out here, that alleviates some of the pressure off me. So with Norman Powell coming off the bench, well, I don't have to play 35 minutes. So that 22 or 23 that I get, I can still get that in 25, 30 minutes. But I got Leonard running with me. I got Paul George running with me. So my shot selection is going to be better because I'm going to get more open looks as opposed to no Leonard, no Paul George. Now I'm the primary guard out here, and I'm looking at defenses are looking at me differently now than they would if both of those two guys were out there. Same thing with Covington. Same thing with the big guys that they have. So when you playing with these stars, now my game is going to look different, but I still can be as productive, if not more productive.
What's the I don't know if we know this yet. What's the estimated or usual average recovery time for Kawhi's injury?
Well, they're saying 6 weeks to 3 months.
Okay, so he's ready for next.
He'll be ready for open. Yeah, he'll be ready for opening night. If this was
we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Floyd, we don't know that Chilltown. This is Kawhi. We don't know.
Lonzo Ball had a tournament.
Damn, October's in 5 months, man. What the hell? This dude better be ready.
Lonzo Ball, what?
Lonzo Ball had a torn meniscus and he's about to miss 2.5 years. And Kawhi's knees are worse than Lonzo Ball's, as far as we know.
But Lonzo Ball,
So just with the re-signing Russ stuff in LA, like Russ without Kawhi, with maybe Paul George. Who like is Paul George? Are we talking about Paul George and Kawhi? Like, I don't want to say done, but like they ain't playing. Are they playing more than 50 games?
I think PG gets traded. I think one of those two guys get traded. I think they make a move this summer because I don't think the Clippers.
We
I
just
don't think
might
the
see a very different Clipper team next year.
You told
I
me.
no, I don't think they want to go. I think if they keep Kawhi, if they get another guy who can play more games alongside Russ, I don't think they go that route again with having two guys that are always hurt. I think if they keep Kawhi, then they definitely go move Paul George and get somebody who has a history of playing more games.
Okay, first of all, you two dudes, I don't like how calm this is. This is year 4, okay? This is year 4 we are with these dudes. Okay, we was in the bubble. We had an astronomical collapse, okay? In year 2, what we had Kawhi Leonard tearing up his knee. They went to the Western Conference Finals. We saw last year. What happened? Leonard didn't play. Year 4, Leonard didn't play again. What are we doing here, guys? What's the story? What are we doing with this group?
Blow it up. Blow it up.
4 years is long enough in NBA.
What are we doing with this group? Because I'm listening to Ticket and I'm listening to Tone. Well, listen, if this was the Lakers, if this was the Knicks, I know 100% y'all will be like, get these dudes out of here.
The Clippers don't have their picks, so they didn't want to commit to a rebuild. That's why.
I mean, Paul George is still. Hold on, Paul George is still movable. You got teams that would take him. I think Portland will be a team that took Paul George. Wichita will be a team that took Paul George. I think all the teams that are fringe contenders, you can look at them as a team that will be in a Paul George sweepstakes. A team that's looking at a guy who needs a wing that can play defense, give you numbers, and is okay with this dude playing 55 games a season. So you look at certain teams. I think that the Denver Nuggets, if they don't win a championship this year, could make a package up, could do a package to try to go get a guy like Paul George. I think that would be good to try to team him up with Jokic over there the way they play.
What does that do for the Clippers, though?
Just keep this in mind. You got 45.6 million for Paul George next year, and a player option which he's taking for 48.8 million in 24-25.
And Leonard got $2 million. Don't leave out Leonard, Tone, who I think.
Would you do that? Hold on. Would you do that for DeRozan?
Yeah, Paul George for DeRozan. If I'm Chicago, yes.
Would you do Paul George for DeRozan?
Yes, 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
The Clippers are screwed.
I would do that. And Leonard on the
That's not a bad deal, Tom. That's not a bad deal.
I kind of like that. Paul George for DeRozan. I
love it.
Chicago. Leonard is on the books for 2 more years at 43 and 45 million.
And DeRozan wants, other than Toronto, which he loves because he's smart. LA for both of us is our second choice, which is where he's from. Like, I like DeRozan in LA. I like that a lot.
Oh, yeah, I don't even care about that. It's just that he's no longer in Chicago, so Zach LaVine can have some success.
So you're telling me you like the Bulls with Russ, LaVine, Paul George, and Vooch? That's your team.
I ain't give them Russ and Vucevic.
If Russ ends up in Chicago, they ain't moving off Vooch because I think Russ makes him better. I do.
There you go. See.
I like Caruso, LaVine, and Paul George. Everything else,
you don't want Russ.
Everything else is movable.
We're sending Russ to Minnesota then. No problem.
Can I ask? Are we all saying here? Like, do y'all agree or disagree? Is Paul George a consistent playoff performer in y'all's opinion, or do you see him as inconsistent?
Inconsistent.
He's been consistent. He took a team to the Eastern Conference Finals. He's been a dude. If you look at him for the most part, you look at his career. When Kawhi got hurt the other year, the man was putting up 40s in the playoffs. I mean, he averaged 33 points a game that series, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. He's shown you he can perform. He just had big moments where he didn't perform, where everybody highlights those moments. But Paul George has had more moments where he's performed than he hasn't. Even in the series in OKC when they lost to Dame, Paul George averaged them in 30 in that series.
With a bad shoulder.
With 2 bad shoulders. He had to have surgery on both shoulders.
Pandemic P. Don't forget about who Pandemic P is. Don't leave him out.
I don't think any team is taking Paul George or Kawhi Leonard, especially with these contracts. You will be a dummy to trade for Kawhi Leonard.
Somebody take Kawhi Leonard.
The
Chicago
Clippers,
do it.
not, for that much money,
Chicago
I can't do it. I think the Clippers are stuck with those contracts for now. They're just gonna have to ride this out.
I think they're on the books for 43 and 45 million over the next
playing
2
like
years.
half a season every year. I just looked up George, like how many games he's played each season, like ever since the
He's
big
played less than AD.
Yeah, it's
Leonard too. Both of them.
Oh yeah, Kawhi's a given. Kawhi's a given.
That scares me, man. That's
George has played
both of them.
And they played 41% of their games together.
Yeah, like
not. Come on, man. So you telling me that these dudes is playing 2 out of every 5 games, and this is year 4 that we're in now, and we getting 40% of their games? Why is this group still together? What are we doing here?
Who's taking them? What can you do? It's nothing.
I said this before the season started. That I was out on the Clippers, and I got roasted for that.
No, you were right. I agreed with you.
Definitely was right.
Who's taking him? Are you taking Paul George $100 million to play part time?
I'll take Paul George. For the right team, I'll take Paul George.
Depending on the situation.
$100 million to play part time.
Depending on the situation.
Kawhi, I'm not taking. I can't take Kawhi.
We've had this conversation about Kawhi and his injuries and what I think would be the best fit for him. You got to have, if you're going to do it. I'm not saying that everyone should do it. If you're going to do it, you got to have the perfect situation for it. You got to have a deep team. You got to have players that are ready to play 60% of their games without Kawhi Leonard and ready for him to come back in the playoffs. And potentially, if you're playing 40 minutes 2 times in a row, he's not going to finish that series. So
I run a business. I cannot wrap my head around paying 100% of the money for 50% of your. No, I can't. I just can't. I can't.
Illogical owners. There are illogical people running basketball teams. There are illogical people making decisions in the NBA right now. I didn't think anyone moved for the Westbrook deal. I didn't think anyone was taking that Westbrook contract at the time when people were talking about him being shot. That was a contender, and I watched him come to my team. So I'm like, all right, anything is
good point.
I thought Chris Paul's contract was radioactive,
untradeable, and then it gets traded. You're right. It happens all the time.
So
you're right. I thought Chris Paul's contract was radioactive. I did. I was like, nobody is touching that.
If you're Toronto, do you give up a package around Scotty Barnes and some picks and somebody else for Kawhi?
That doesn't make them competitive.
Scotty Barnes.
Not only that, Tone. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Tone.
Yeah, no, Scotty Barnes isn't going anywhere. Just get that out of your head. Masai loves him. He's not going anywhere. But I was going to say, someone's going to take. We were talking about Kyle Lowry earlier. Someone's going to take that $30 million that's expiring, because that's $30 million in expiring. They're gonna like
expiring contracts are always attractive. But to your point, Ticket, you talked about a package with Scotty Barnes. They wouldn't give up Scotty Barnes for KD.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah. So we already know what they're doing. We already know what they're doing in Toronto.
What about like Jordan Poole, Kuminga, maybe Wiggins if you need to, for Kawhi or Paul George, whichever one the Clippers are willing to go.
Oh, that's tough right there.
Because I know the Warriors are willing to go all in for a superstar. And I think they can survive with Steph, Clay, if Draymond's still there, Looney, for a season, knowing
Draymond got to be part of the deal.
Draymond
got to be part of the deal.
You don't think teams would rather have Jordan Poole over Draymond? Like,
they would love to have him, but I'm thinking that the Warriors are ready to come off Draymond. That's what I'm thinking. If they trade, maybe Draymond got to be part of the deal.
So Dre and Poole for George.
I think they'll go for Paul George before they go for Kawhi. Personally, I think they're right.
Yeah, I think they go for Paul George too. I think
Kawhi's off the table. Kawhi ain't going nowhere. It's like
Mars. As a former Warriors fan, would you take? And there might be some other pieces that need to be involved to make the money work, but just Clay for Paul George, Clay and Poole maybe for Paul George. Would you come off Clay and put George in that number 2 spot next to Curry?
Hell no.
So, but do I keep Draymond?
Do you want to keep Draymond?
I don't want to get rid of Clay and Poole. I'd get rid of one or the other. Clay and Dre for George.
You would consider trading Klay Thompson for Paul George?
I wouldn't do that. The offer I would make if I was Golden State is Jordan Poole, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, Patrick Baldwin, all the picks I have for George. That's what I would do.
That actually would. You're laughing, Flume, but that actually would probably be the best move for the Clippers.
I would
younger.
Keep,
they
I
get more
would keep
picks.
Draymond in that situation. So it would be Steph, Clay, Paul George, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, Kevon Looney, and no bench. That's the
Warriors' whole future.
Yes, I think they need. I think they should leverage all their future and use Steph Curry's last years of his prime.
So you don't think you think they're still on Clay? They're not. Clay's not going anywhere.
I think they're still on Clay. But if they went Clay and Kuminga for Paul George or something like that, I think that might work. But I don't think they trade Clay.
Tone, we talking about
I might move Clay, but not for Paul George.
Tone, we talking about a Golden State Warrior team that before Steph Curry got there, they had won one playoff series in 26 years.
I'm not saying
we're not going back to the projects.
I'm not.
But we are mortgaging the future as long as we can keep the Golden State Warriors good.
We're
not going back to eating top and ramen. We're not doing that.
Who Clay is now. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm
asking. I think Clay is overvalued, and I think he's going to be making 40 mil. So I do think he's going to be overpaid. I just don't think Golden State, if they want to pursue another high-level player like a Paul George or a Kawhi, I don't think they get off any of their free core guys.
I feel like if they don't win the championship last year, they might have been ready to. They might have been a little like a step or a year closer.
I think it extended it.
For Clay.
I think it extended it.
Them winning last year, it extended Dre and Clay. Because I know before then, that 2021 season, or whatever season was when Steph was by himself, the writing was on the wall. Like, all right, if these guys don't come back and they're not themselves, we got to make something happen to keep Steph's prime going. The fact that they were able to come back and be great enough to still win, or fortunate enough, whatever you want to say, great enough, fortunate enough, whatever the circumstances were, to still win last year, they were like, all right, we can still do this.
They lose in the first round of this year. Best believe that this unit is getting blown up. 100%.
I think it's done this summer. I think it's done already. I think they're already.
You think if they win it? You think if they win it, they still out?
Who you talking about?
That ain't happening.
Golden State.
Oh no. I think the Golden State. Yeah, I think they move on from Draymond either way. I don't think they don't. He got opt in. He's got a. I think they move him though. I don't think they want that money because it's gonna get them a massive hit now. Because you gave Poole the extension, you gave Wiggins the extension. Then you got to pay Klay Thompson coming up now. They choose Klay over Draymond. I think Draymond's gone.
With Draymond being gone, now that you've already made it clear that Draymond being in the starting lineup hurts them more than it helps them. Him coming off the bench is better.
Oh yeah, Elder, go and get my money too, Elder. After the game tonight, go and get my money.
So with Draymond now, that means that you got to replace Draymond, and that means you got to replace Draymond probably with something cheaper. But also with an equal defender, with an equal distributor, and a playmaker.
Isn't Looney and Kuminga their 4-5 now, kind of for the future?
Why hasn't
they're playing Wiggins at the 4?
Yeah, they do play Wiggins at the 4, but Kuminga isn't coming on. Kuminga hasn't come along as fast as we would like him to, and I'm trying to figure out why. And I think that his basketball IQ isn't what I thought it was. I don't think he's picking this up quickly enough, and I think that that's what's holding him up. I don't think because on paper and what you see in terms of his athletic ability, he looks fantastic. And why shouldn't he be on the floor? Well, the reason why is because he doesn't look like he knows what's going on just from an offensive standpoint. Defensively, I can figure it out at some point where I'm just more athletic, but offensively, he seems like he's a little lost.
Golden State is one of you have to be probably one of the highest IQs in the league to get that system. So you're asking a lot of him. Like James Wiseman struggled with the IQ side of the game as well. And that's why he ultimately couldn't play. Kuminga, he has all the tools. Defensively, when he played in the regular season, you could see it was there. If he can put it together defensively, he can be elite. Offensively, he is lost because sometimes he doesn't know where he's meant to be. He doesn't know who he's screening for. He doesn't know when he's meant to cut. He doesn't know when he's meant to spot up. He is a bit lost. And I think Golden State see the vision with Kuminga, and I think they're willing to stick it out with him unless the option for a star comes along, and then I think they'll move him. But unless it's like a Paul George or a Kawhi, I don't think they would get off Kuminga just because the ceiling is so high.
Mars, you don't think that's a big problem? That this kid's been in the organization for 2-3 years now, and he don't know the plays?
He's 19 though.
It's his second year.
He was 19.
It's his second year.
I think we're in year 3 now, Mars.
He was a rookie. He was a rookie last year. Him and Moses were rookie.
He was drafted at 17 years old.
But Ron, if you're playing varsity basketball and this is your senior year, you've been on the team your junior year, and you don't know the plays, that's a problem.
Is it a problem if you
What's that got to do with anything?
If you're playing varsity,
you don't know the plays.
If you're playing varsity for the number one, if you're playing varsity for the number one ranked national team in the nation, and you're coming along kind of slow learning those plays, that's a little different than just playing varsity in some humbug school or humbug town. Like, it's levels to this. That Warriors offense is not just some you just come here and learn it like super easy. Like that's a learning. It's already a learning curve. He's learning an NBA offense. Now learning a championship dynasty offense of the Warriors, which Draymond has already explained. He has to keep telling these young guys, hey, look, you got to just trust it because X, Y, and Z is going to happen because I've been here 10 years and I've seen it. Like, it's different. I do feel like you have a process where you have to come along. The problem is the Warriors are competing for championships and you don't have time to have guys come along competing for championships. That's the issue here. If the Warriors were rebuilding, there would be no problem with Kuminga and Moody, and I think you just said Kuminga, but Kuminga not knowing the plays 100% in year 2. But the fact that you're trying to compete for an NBA championship, you need everybody that's touching this court playing valuable minutes to know where you set this damn screen. Because we need Curry and Clay to hit this corner 3. We need
you gotta know the plays.
To do this tonight.
You gotta know the plays.
You definitely got to know the plays, but at the same time, like the thing that you say to a young guy is grow up. But how fast? Like Damo was saying, how fast can he grow up and mature? You can't just expedite a maturation process. He's on his own route.
You can't force it. This ain't 2K. You can't force it. Like people learn at their own rates.
And the thing with Golden State,
I don't know nothing about no 2K. I don't play no video game.
Me neither.
I'm saying I don't know nothing about that. All I know is if you're on the team this long, you've been a part of the organization. Like it's not like once during the offseason you're not a part of the organization anymore. You got playbooks, you watch film, you dive into the organization, and you learn the system. It's you don't get no pass after 2.5, 3 years of being on the team. Your rookie year, if you're having issues still in January, February, we can I'll give you that. But now you got to get with the program.
But the thing with Golden State that I think makes this a bit different is Golden State is such a free-flowing offense. It's not really about plays. It's not like Steve Kerr's, we're running horns this play. Like, no, it's not really that. It's you might run a split cut, but then off the split cut, guess what? Klay Thompson just running. You have to know that Klay Thompson's running towards you, set that screen. That's what's happening. Or you have the ball, a dribble handoffs coming. It's not like Steve Kerr's just calling out sets and he knows where he has to be. In those situations, I think he knows where to be.
It's a lot.
That's exactly what it looks like. It looks like a triangle.
Read and react.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of you have to know what you're looking for at certain situations and know how to react off of that. It's not really like most of these other offenses where, like, for example, Dallas, you know what to expect in that offense. It's a high pick and roll. You know, if Luka's coming downhill, you drift to the corner. That's just very simple basketball reactions. The Golden State Warriors is very high IQ. You actually have to read and react to what's going on the court at any given time, and I think that's just hard for any young player to really grasp.
Hold on for a second. Put that super chat back up. Put that super chat. Is the Warriors offense that complex? Yeah, it is.
We're talking about a system that's changed the game of basketball.
Yes. This isn't at the park running a straight pin
down.
Yeah,
they play off a lot of.
Are you
they
kidding
play
me?
off a lot of. They play
off the basketball.
They play off a lot of reads, man. When you got reads like that, when you got reads like that, they probably got to play. Go ahead.
There's a lot of very, very good basketball players that could not run this offense because it's not just about your skill, your talent, your athleticism. It's about.
I saw Kelly Oubre in that system. I watched Kelly Oubre try to play basketball in that system. He was egregious.
They probably got like 2,000 plays, bro.
It's why I always say, and I know you say this too all the time, Chill. Dennis Rodman going to the Bulls and picking up the triangle offense like that shows me how smart and how high his basketball IQ is.
How smart he was.
Very few players can do that. Very few.
No, I'm not trying to downgrade the offense at all. I'm not trying to say it's a simple, hey, we're running Orange or we're running Indiana. Like, I'm not saying that. I know that. I understand. I'm saying to learn how to read and react. It's still not like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm dribbling at you, if the defense goes this way, are you going to cut? You're going to set the flare screen. What are you going to do? I understand that. What I'm saying is you still got to learn. Like you got to pick it up. And
that
if you
boy is supposed to be in high school.
No, Biz, he'll be 21 years old, and I understand what Biz is talking about. We shouldn't be talking about the same thing this year we was talking about last year. I ain't saying that you have to be astronomically better, but we shouldn't be talking about the same mistakes and the same thing you were doing last year that we're talking about this year. We shouldn't be doing that. We should be further along.
We shouldn't be worried about you.
Further along than we are.
But in this offense, some players will never get it because there's literally 75 different variations of the same thing, depending on what the other person does, depending on what the defensive does, depending on what the help defensive does, depending on what the weak side offensive guy does. Like there's literally so many options. Some guys just will never get it. Never.
Just so you guys know. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mars, really quick.
because I was the guy on the court that was like, I knew what everybody else should be doing, right? And I'd be like, dude, no, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to do this. And you want to, like Chill would say, you want to drive your car to a telephone pole.
I'm telling you, because it's not that. Not to interrupt you, Mars, but Gary Payton, when he got one of the Lakers, Gary Payton struggled in the triangle. He had a very difficult time in the triangle. Carmelo Anthony could not figure out the triangle. So the triangle offense, which I think, what I'm looking at Golden State's offense. It looks like it's a combination of the triangle and what they were running in San Antonio.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
And a bit of Phoenix, Mike D'Antoni as well.
But they also, Fluent, they also run off a lot of reads, man. They got reads like, okay, if Clay does this, Steph, you do this, or Steph, if Clay does this, you do this, or if it's a handoff, we do this. If it's a dribble handoff, we do this. If it's a direct pass, we do this. You go set a pick away. Everything is based off reads, and then everybody has to react correctly for it to work. And that's why it's so hard to play in that offense, man. That's why they're so hard to stop. That's why they're gonna kick the Sacramento Kings tonight, Bob.
The Kings.
Hey, Bob, what happened to that? Bob, you took your beam down already, man.
I had no beam up. Kings.
No, you had a beam behind you. You took it.
Kings is 6.
You took the beam. Hold on, Bob. You took the beam down.
No, I ain't had no beam. That wasn't me.
No. You had a beam. You had a beam behind you, Bob. Don't tell me you didn't. I saw you. But that wasn't me. No, that was you.
Nah, I think. Remember we hopped on. Remember we hopped on the floor. I was Fluent and Chill when they was for the 100. And remember, I think Haley had that light, and you said she had the beam.
Okay. I thought it was you, and I told you it was okay, I got you.
Yeah, no, that wasn't me. But I do want to say this. Somebody in the chat brought up a very big thing, and that's the problem with letting these kids come to the NBA at 17. These kids need to take their ass to school and learn how to play basketball.
When I say that, I'm an old head. When I say that, I'm an old head, right?
If you can't run the system, go
how many times have I said, quote, how many of these dudes actually know how to play basketball? I've said that plenty of times. And that super chat that you just put up, just so you know, hit 44, all smart basketball players are not only in the Ivy League. There's plenty of smart basketball players that come from the hood. There's plenty of smart basketball players that come from suburbia. There's plenty of smart basketball players that come from Europe. Just because you're smart doesn't mean that you're in the Ivy League.
And there's a difference between book smart and basketball smart.
There's a difference. There's a complete, just like a carpenter understands area. Basketball just made sense to me.
You could be
like a mathematician
on the basketball court and not be able to read a book. It just
right. Just like a Charles Mann who played for the Washington Redskins when they were the Redskins. Just so you, not Charles Mann, it was Dexter Manley. Just so you guys know, Dexter Manley was an All-Pro. He couldn't read.
Do you know how many musicians are like ridiculously and can't read music? Like it just
and they can't read music. Just so you know, it's not. I mean, I understand that you say it's not rocket science. Basketball to some people is a lot more complex than you give it credit for. A lot more.
Thanks.
Yo, Damo, you was about to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, with the whole with the conversation of these guys need to take their bus to school so they can learn. I mean, if you about to just go one and done, you might as well go to the G League. The issue is guys need to want to learn the game of basketball. Guys don't care about basketball enough.
No, they don't.
They care about how they look. They care about the accessories they got on the court. They care about their stats. They care about the perception of the media the next morning on First Take, and they care about what their Instagram accounts look like. Twitter look like. That's what they care about. No one cares about actual basketball. No one cares about sitting down, actually watching film. Darius Garland had said this piece not too long ago. He said when he got to the NBA and they had Rondo on the team, Rondo was the first guy to actually come to him and be like, yo, Rook, we about to go watch this film. And he sat there. He said, this is the first time I really watched film for real. Like, I never had, like, we need more. And I'm not saying it's a lack of veteran leadership because I don't know what an NBA locker room looks like. But you do need guys who want to play the game of basketball, love the game of basketball, not just what it does for them, not just what it provides for their family, actually love and breathe this stuff. I grew up on guys that Kobe Bryant could tell you the different materials that was made from the net. He could tell you how different the net sounded when you made a swish, a bank shot, this, that. You need psychopaths for basketball back in the game. That's what we're missing.
Damo, part of that though is you can say these guys need to go to school, and you can say they should stay for a couple years, and you can say they should do this, that, and the third. But if they're not coming under the right tutelage, it don't matter where they go.
That's
You
a fact
could go.
too.
You could go to North Carolina, but if the coach in North Carolina don't know what the hell he's talking about, and if he doesn't have the ability to discipline you, sit you down, and say, "Hey, this is how you play. No, don't do that. Go get on the line, or you're suspended, or this, that, and the third," in order for you to break it down and conceptualize it, and now be productive on the court with it, then it doesn't really matter. So, kind of how you were saying, like it's more so about the coaching and the veterans than just going to school.
Yeah.
Now you also got to understand too, Damo, that we're in a different age. When I say we're in a different age, we're in a different age more so in social media, more media outlets, more voices, more opportunities to get money. So basketball isn't the top priority like it was in 1988 for AC Green or James Worthy. My game was everything to me, as opposed to today, my fit is everything to me. What my shoe game looks like. What is my 2K rating? That's what's more important today, as opposed to, a guy like James Worthy. It was important for me to be, when you talk about the best power forwards in the league, I need you to say my name, as opposed to today. As opposed to today, they don't really care that much. I don't know how much, and I know Mars hates this. Mars, I don't really know how much Jalen Green loves playing basketball. I don't know. I don't know how much he. I think he loves the game, but I don't know if he loves it more than he loves what comes with the game. And I think a lot of these younger guys are like that more than they were back then. And I think that's largely due to the fact that basketball was all it was back then, and it's not like that today.
I think like the young players today, I think they love to play basketball. Like playing basketball is fun to them. I think they view it like AAU basketball is fun, it's beautiful. But I think once they start seeing the NBA as what it is, which is, first of all, it's your job.
Correct.
And what you have to do at your job, like anything, is you have to see what you're doing wrong and how you can work on that and what you can do to be better at your job, especially when you're being paid this much. But I think a lot of young players today, they just want to be able to play the game, no strings attached, consequence free, and they just go out there on the fly. And I think that's why a lot of young teams like Cleveland, I think Memphis, I think that's why they're struggling in the playoffs, because they're just so fast paced without any real understanding of the game that when the game slows down and you actually have to see what a team is doing and see how they're defending you and see how you can counter that, they get lost and they don't know what they're doing, because you see these mature, experienced teams like Miami, like the Lakers, like Golden State to a lesser degree. They've been in these situations so much, they know what's going on. So, like, for example, the Kings in Game 4, down the stretch, they were, Malik Monk was taking some egregious shots just because he didn't know how to slow down the game. He didn't know what was really going on. He hadn't been in that situation. And I think that's where these experienced teams are really starting to thrive in the playoffs. So, like, I think Draymond Green said it, 82 game players, 16 game players. These older teams, they're made for the postseason. These younger teams, they're just not at this point, because either they don't care to improve or they just haven't seen enough yet to know what's going on and when it's going on.
I'll add this piece, and you're right. It also was easier back then, right? Because they didn't have as much film to watch. They could. So like today, it is a job. Like, you know how much film you can watch on basketball? Like when you're a team, like I understand, like that's why I want to make the distinction. They love playing basketball, but no one loves studying. Who the hell wants to study? So I'm not saying
going to school, Tone. Kind of like would it be the same thing as like I love going to school, but I hate going to class?
Yeah, exactly.
The same thing.
Like,
all right. I can get
like,
that.
listen, would you rather, if you have an option of going into the gym and playing versus sitting in a room and watching, you want to go to the gym?
Of course.
And what I'm saying is, older guys didn't have as much film, so that wasn't an expectation, and so I think it has maybe it's gone too far. I don't know.
But are you getting in the gym and working on your game now?
Yeah.
Chill, you was one of them dudes that went to school to dress right and talk to the honeys.
I was not. No, I was not. I have a girlfriend. I have a girlfriend until my senior high school, brother.
What?
I put that on everything. I ain't have a girlfriend until my senior high school. Basketball was it. If you was looking for me, find out where the run is or find out where the park is, and that's where you can find me at. I was not hard to find. And since we on that subject, how about that super chat we just saw? I want to know that, Biz. Who are you? Were you more like Joker or were you more like MB?
I ain't play like neither one of them cats. I wouldn't,
Biz might be on, but
thank you. Yes, Mars. DJ Mbanga.
Is that who?
I was trying to play like KG. I wasn't trying to play.
Not who you would like. Who did you play like though?
I would say KG. I would say like KG.
Okay, all right.
Wait, you play
Just
high
not-
school ball and sack?
Yeah, I played at Sac High.
What year you graduated?
I graduated 08.
What you calling out his dad? He made it-
No. Because I went to Burbank and I played varsity at Burbank. I was trying to make sure if we played each other or not.
Yeah, no, we went to we went
I
to the
will
state
tell you, you
championship.
lost, Domo.
We went to the state championship my senior year, but yeah,
We lost to Sac High. We lost to Sac High. Yeah.
Of course, everybody lost to Sac High. That's all
All
right.
right,
Don't
not
take
too
it
much.
personal.
Not too much.
You know what time it is.
Not too much.
Boys.
Nah, but I wouldn't like no Joel or Jokic type cat though. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you probably 15. You know what I'm saying? I'm not coming with no 40-point games. I'm playing defense and rebounding. You know that was my job.
Ball was necessary. We need Biz on the crew. Okay.
Hey, for sure gonna come with 6 blocks.
No doubt. Hey,
15,
no doubt.
6 blocks, 6 assists.
We got a rim protector. All right.
I'm getting
We
busy.
need him. Yeah, we need
And
him.
probably about 12 rebounds.
Nah.
But all right, y'all. We've waited long enough. Are
Oh
y'all
yeah,
ready to
let's
talk
go.
about it?
Let's go.
Here we
Let's
go.
go,
Here we
Ron.
Y'all ready to talk
Let's
about
go,
it?
Ron.
Here we go.
Let's go, Ron.
Yeah.
Let's go, Ron.
Yeah.
Let's go, Ron.
Hey, Ron, you seen him?
Here we go.
Oh yeah, Ron.
Here we go.
Hey, it's a
Here we
little
go.
chilly in here, ain't it?
Oh, what's up,
Hey,
Floyd?
that was cold.
What up?
Bro.
What up, chat room? Y'all was running y'all mouth.
Let's bundle
Y'all
up
said
now.
we was delusional. Let's go. What's up?
Hey,
Hey,
Ticket,
let me
if
put-
I
let me put my layers
Congratulations.
on.
Congratulations. You're going to lose in 6
hey,
instead of 5.
Ticket, if I
Whoop-de-doo.
see these dudes in game 7, I'm a lose.
Oh, you gonna see him in game 7?
I'm praying for a game
Him in
7.
game
I'm
7.
praying for a game 7.
Ticket before the series started, Ticket said this series is going 7. If I see these dudes in 7 games, I'm gonna crash my car into a telephone pole. I swear.
No, what is going to
Bundle
say?
up, yo.
I
Bundle
swear.
up.
Get him, Ron. Get him, Ron.
what-
Kill it out,
what-
Ron.
I
Bundle
never
up.
at any point, at no point, to be honest with you, and the Boston Celtics had a 13-point lead with 6 minutes. At no point did I ever feel like that they were in control of that game last night. I never felt like that they had complete control of that game. To watch Jason Tatum not score a basket or take a shot in the last 5 minutes of the game was amazing to me. Marcus Smart with the mental errors, not just the mental errors. Trae Young has proven in the past. The Miami Heat gave you the formula with Trae Young. Chase Trae Young off screens with length and athleticism, blitz him, and make other guys do it. Only except, no, we're going to leave him one-on-one with Derek White. We're going to leave him one-on-one with Jaylen Brown, who is a solid defender, no question about that. But for that team to go on a 22-4 run to end the game is unexplainable. And it's unacceptable to watch Jason Tatum do what he did last night and completely disappear. And I'm a big Jason Tatum guy. I'm a Jason Tatum supporter. But that was unacceptable last night. I hated every
I told you about
minute of it.
Kakai.
I was screaming at the TV. And I was trying to
I
figure out
told you about Kakai.
I was
You
trying
ain't
to figure
want to
out where,
listen.
I was trying to figure out where Grant Williams was, but I think he's hurt. Okay, so that's another rotation player that they don't have. But what he didn't do, right? What he didn't do was he didn't keep doubling Trae Young in the corner. So when Trae Young gets on the wing with length and athleticism and he gets doubled, he throws the basketball away. He's a turnover machine. That didn't happen last night. I was trying to figure out.
7. It's going 7, Chilltown. It's going 7. It's going 7 a long way. And I'm gonna tell you something. When I say it's going 7, game 7, bro, we're gonna see who the men are and we're gonna see who the boys are. They let this thing go back and guess what? DeJounte Murray is gonna be ticked. He got suspended in game 6.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know it's
Hey,
coming.
Ticket, what is DeJounte mad for? How you gonna press a ref in front of everybody?
If
In front
We
of
don't know, but we don't know what
everybody.
happened.
fire his
Yo,
fire that
Ticket, it
coach
don't matter,
and
bro.
make
He
change.
pushed up on the ref.
Hey, hold on, Fluent. Hey,
Nah,
Bob, watch
they
this,
got-
Fluent. Hey, watch this. Hey, Fluent. That's why I told you. They fired Ime Hustrocha too quick. I told you. They should have waited.
They had to fire him.
Yeah, we're
No, they
happy to have him
didn't.
here.
No, they didn't, bro.
We're happy to have him
Hey,
here.
hold on. I guarantee you they get smoked in the first round. Every fan in Boston is going to be on Cockeyed helmet.
Of
I
course.
promise you that.
They're probably saying that already. It's Austin.
Right, and they're saying bring back. I guarantee you they'll say bring back. We should have brought back
He
eBay.
has a better job now. So
Mars got him
Hey,
now.
well, no, they're gonna say that Mars when Jaylen Brown go to Houston. They're gonna say that next year.
That's 100% Nick Nurse job.
We'll take Jaylen Brown too.
Yeah,
Jaylen Brown ain't going nowhere. He's not
Jaylen
going.
Brown go to Memphis before he go to
Nick
Houston.
You haters can keep
I
paying
think
him.
Nick
man.
Nurse is going to Milwaukee.
We got some money for Jaylen.
No, he ain't going nowhere.
I'm-
Hold on,
because none of y'all
y'all ain't
dudes
off the hook. Hold on. Y'all ain't off the hook. So, like Ron said, what's your thoughts on Ice Trae? You was running your mouth, Fluent. You was running your mouth. What's your thoughts on Ice Trae coming up big in the clutch, baby?
I told you that game. He was close to 40% shooting and 5 turnovers. So I won that one, and he still hasn't given me the 40 and 10 game that Ron said. So hey, good for him. He's still going to lose.
He went 38 and 13 last night.
He was close. I would have given it to you, Ron.
38 and 13. 16 of that 38 came in the fourth quarter.
Those 3 assists are more than 2 points. That's 40 and 10.
This is not.
Tone.
Hey, bro. Trey. No offense, Trey got balls of steel, man. Bro,
He do.
Hold on. The season on the line. I want y'all to think about this. This season on the line, Tone. He's down 1 point and pulls up from Iraq.
If he missed that, the game's over and they out. If he missed that, game's over and they're out.
Can we talk about it? Like, man, what kind of bonehead decision was that in that kind
Bro.
of like it's a matter of him making and missing it.
Dumb. He hit that shit dumb. He hit that shit clean. Dumb. He knew it was going in when it came off his hand. He knew it was going in when it came off his hand.
Usually I would call that a dumb shot rather he made it or miss it. But that's the best shot for Trae Young. You know what I'm saying? At that point, that's the best shot. I want to get back to Jason Tatum and how many times have I had to tell y'all about this boy Jason Tatum and the fact that he folds like laundry.
Inconsistent. Yeah.
I've been trying to tell y'all Jason Tatum is not who y'all
Are you
think
going to come off him, Jay? Are you finally done with
No, not yet. No, not yet. No,
give
not
me
yet.
Jalen. Give me Jalen. Every time, give me
Not
Jalen.
yet. I'm not there yet. But last night I was pissed. I'm sorry. I was very upset last night with Jason Tatum. Very upset because he looked like Giannis in Game 4. That's what he looked like. He looked like a dude who shrunk in the moment. He did not match what Trae Young. Trae Young looked like he was with the drama last night. If we losing, we losing with me going down shooting. You have to match
Ron,
some energy. This is
we gotta ask him a question. Hey, chill. Gotta ask you a question though. What happens if? And I want all y'all answer on this. If Trae Young wins this series, what is the thought on Trae Young? Because they've been killing Trae this year. We all been killing Trae, except for Ron. But what is the thought on Trae Young if he pulls this off and win this series, bro?
Here we go again.
No. Atlanta better do whatever they can to trade John Collins and keep Trae Young. Throw the Trae Young talks out of the window. Y'all can keep him. Just build around him better. They lose, you go and do what you got to do. I will say with the Celtics, they were my favorite coming out the East. Them going 7 games, and I want to say it was here when I heard it. If a team's going to compete and a team is going to be the favorite, and the team wants to show they're a championship team, these first round matchups where they need to walk through teams, they need to just walk through them. Them going 7 games with the Hawks, if this goes 7, them going 7 games or potentially losing.
6 games, Damo. Just 6 games.
The 08 Celtics went 7 games with the Hawks. It's just history repeating itself. Like Fluent says, the history predicts the future. They went 7 games with the 08 Atlanta Hawks. It's the same thing happening again.
They had a young Al Horford in ISO Jock. That was a different squad.
They have Trae Young and Clint.
Do you really think? Okay.
Oh man, I got horrible news, y'all. Hey, I got some bad news, y'all. Hey, Jamie Foxx just passed away, man.
No
man.
No way.
He had a stroke, bro.
Oh,
another one?
He had another one?
He had a stroke. He had a stroke. He just passed away from that, bro. I just seen the news, man.
What? Crazy.
Are you serious?
Man, dog. Damn.
I know he was having some issues, but
He was in the hospital the whole time. That's my day right there, bro.
damn.
That's my day right there.
I thought he was out the hospital, so I thought he was good.
yeah.
You just got a report on my screen right now.
Whoa.
Man, that's fucked up.
Damn, that's for real?
I'm looking it up to see if it's
I'm looking it up.
I ain't trying to believe that.
Sure it's not a hoax. They do that sometimes,
I'm about to say, I'm not seeing nothing
People be
right
tripping.
now.
People,
I just got a report on my screen right now.
there's some
fake news.
dumb fake dummies like in the chat.
A report from what though, Ticket?
Right.
Hold on, I'm about to put it in the private chat right now.
Jamie Foxx reportedly had to be revived by medical staff during an abrupt health scare. He is very lucky to be alive.
Hold on. Let me get it. Hold on. Oh, no. Hold on. He did. He died, and they said, okay, he died, and they said they just revived him.
Okay, so he ain't dead.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Come on, man.
No, hold on. I'm telling y'all the truth. That's what it says right here.
The first thing you said was that he's.
Well, yeah, because you know the headline says Jamie Foxx died, and then it's
that's exactly what it says right here. I'm gonna put it in the private chat. Hold on.
That clickbait is crazy.
That clickbait is nuts.
So that's exactly what they put up on the title, bro. He suffered a stroke though. He's been in the hospital suffering a stroke, and I hope he makes it through.
Damn.
No doubt, sending the best of wishes, thoughts, and prayers towards Jamie and his family. You know, that's an icon right there. We need you, Jamie.
Yeah,
Keep fighting.
Die, yo.
Keep fighting, brother.
So unlike Atlanta season, he's back.
Nice.
Atlanta season's back.
I'm praying for a game 7 just so my Philly pick and Embiid can get some more rest.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
I need a game 7 so Embiid gets more time to recover.
Hey, to everybody in the comment section that thinks I'm lying, I'm not making it up. You can look this up. They said he actually passed away and was revived. This is sort of like what happened almost with what's the football player's name that went into cardiac arrest?
DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, Hamlin.
They revived him on the field. They revived him on the field.
Y'all seen that? DeMar Hamlin, he said, "Man, I'm good. I'm playing.
He's playing. He's been cleared to play again. That's crazy.
Which should never happen ever again. He should never be able to play again.
Hey! Weren't you saying if you can walk, you can play?
Oh, damn.
No, I'm saying no, but he should never. I'm saying you got a situation
stand
like
on that shit, Ticky.
Hey, if that happens in basketball, that happens in any sport, you should never be able to play again. It should be a waiver that says, because if something happens to him again, the league is liable, right?
No, he'd have to sign.
Yeah,
but you know his family and everybody gonna lose their mind. The NFL should have never let him out there.
If he signs it, and it's he made that decision, man. I disagree with it. I said it when we talked about this on Gridiron like a month or so ago, and I was the only one saying they should never let him play again. But if he refuses, he's a grown man. He can make his decision. He signs the waiver that says he releases them of any responsibility. Then it's on him.
And they're gonna be like, you see, the NFL's a plantation.
Well, that's not false.
Yo, to bring things back to center, Ticket.
What up?
Everybody up here better hope to God this boy don't get to the second round. If Trae Young get to the second round, you niggas got a lot.
Ron, please don't do this.
Oh, no. Hey, y'all supposed to be acting completely different.
Dub all these dudes.
Hey, if Trae Young beats the number 2 Boston Celtics, who all of you guys have said, the Boston Celtics are the best team in the league. They're going back to the championship. Jason Tatum's this. Bob is Jaylen Brown's that. All right.
Jaylen Brown is that.
I think everyone here. I don't think anyone here had the Celtics going to the finals. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think anyone.
I did not have the.
I did. I'm one of them. Lakers Celtics finals.
100%.
I apologize.
I had Lakers Celtics finals.
100%. I did. But let me say this.
I've always had Philly. So
let's go deeper though. Let's go deeper. So a lot of people are saying the ring it's coming out the East no matter what. If Miami, if Miami, but if Boston and Milwaukee get knocked off in the first round, does that open it back up to the West now?
No, because Philly's still there.
Mar, stop, please. I'm begging you.
First of all, I don't know who said a ring was coming to the East. Them guys are delusional. The ring coming back to the West, but that's neither here nor there. I don't really.
Lakers, right?
Yeah, facts. It's coming to all in, bro. We're rounding it out.
Yeah. You a Laker fan?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I knew I liked you.
The Eastern Conference washes the West.
That could be fine. Listen, the Eastern
LeBron, the Lakers, and he's the GOAT. Maybe if he brings me a Lakers championship this year, I'll say he's the GOAT.
I've been saying it for a minute now. But hey, this is just more. This is just more of the argument. This is just more to the argument if we win again.
Please don't start this. Please don't.
I'll take it one step further. We win this ring with AD playing like a potential Finals MVP again. Hey, I'm going back to my 2021 rhetoric of I'm taking AD above Giannis, and I don't care what nobody got to say about it.
Huh?
If Anthony Davis,
I ain't mad at you.
If Giannis loses in round 1 and AD wins Finals MVP,
I
I
ain't mad at
expect
you,
people to
Damo.
say that.
Hey,
I
AD
expect
doesn't-
people to say that.
AD doesn't even have to. AD doesn't
I'm
even
not
have
saying
to
that
win
because I
Finals
don't
MVP.
do it like that. but
AD
I
just has
expect
to
people
play
to
like
say
a guy. AD has to play like a guy that is potentially Finals MVP. He has to do 1A, 1B like he did in 2020.
Hey, Tone, if
He
you
does
get
that
the
again.
same,
Hey, Damo, but look at what you saying though.
AD
I
wins
could,
the
I
Finals
could
MVP.
take I could take AD right now
Knocked
comfortably.
out of the first round. AD over.
No. You're not hearing. Hold on. You guys are taking out of context. You're taking out of context.
AD over Giannis.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say
It
that.
is ridiculous. Hold on. That is ridiculous. Hey, hold on. Dom, but you're taking out of context because of this, Dom. And I want to say this to you. Here's why you're taking out of context. Yes, injuries are a part of the game, but you're taking it out of context as if Giannis played this whole series and they got smoked. Giannis had missed 2.5 games this series. No, he missed 2 3/4 of a game this series. So to be honest,
we're not doing that because if we're going to do that, we got to do the same thing in 22.
Chill. I'm saying he's saying that he's putting AD on Giannis level. That wouldn't be right based off the fact that AD has LeBron James and he has role players that are producing at an extremely high level. That's true.
And Giannis doesn't.
Hold on, no, you're not hearing me. Hold on. Where the hell is Chris Middleton? Hold on. Where the hell is Chris? Hold on. Where the hell is Chris Middleton? And where's Drew Holiday with all that fake ass first team all defense? Where's that?
Was you saying this? Was you saying this when AD went down?
Yes, I was the only one. Hold on.
I'll give it to you.
Hold on. You said what?
Was you the same guys? Were you giving this same rhetoric when AD went down against the Suns and LeBron just said, "Oh, well, I'm by myself. I'm quitting. I'm going to the back. I'm done. We got 5 minutes left. I don't want to do this no more."
I didn't say. Hold on. I didn't say quit. I'm saying Giannis got hurt. No. I'm saying that Giannis got hurt.
Back then, were you giving empathy to the Lakers, to AD with injuries and how our roster looked? Were you doing that then? Because if you weren't, I don't want to hear that now.
No, hold on. You're not hearing what I'm saying to you. I'm talking about. Hold on. No. You don't know. You're not. No. You don't understand what I'm saying, Dom. Listen, I'm saying you're talking about AD and Giannis. I'm telling you, Giannis got hurt. I ain't talking about one of his teammates. I'm saying he got hurt. So that's a difference.
AD got hurt.
No, you're not, bro. Listen, what I'm saying. Though. AD couldn't do nothing about that. I didn't kill AD because he tried to come back and play.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't kill AD for that. I actually gave AD props because he tried to come back and play. He couldn't help that circumstance that he got hurt. I still think he's terry cloth, which means he's very soft. But at the end of the day, he couldn't play. But you can't, for you to say that if he does this, playing with LeBron, who just saved his ass last night, the way he saved that ass the night before last.
Wait. Oh, now his ass is getting saved when the guy is playing bad offensively.
Man had 10 points.
No.
Hold on.
No, when Russell Westbrook went 3 for 19, you was on this very platform. Hey, Russ still played great. Russ still played good. He played defense. He rebounded.
You thought AD. Hold on. Well, so am I lying? Hold on. Hey, Dom. Let me ask you a question, Dom. Dom. Let me ask you a question. Am I lying to say that LeBron James? Am I lying to say that Austin Reeves? And am I lying to say Roy Hachimura for the most part have outplayed AD this series?
No. I am not. Listen.
I'll ask you a question. I'll ask you a question. So what the hell are you talking about?
I don't think they have.
You don't think Roy Hachimura who got out here? This hey, Fluid. Get the drug test right now, Fluid.
If you're only looking at offense, you can make the argument. But
points, not offense.
Austin Reeves ain't been playing better than AD this whole series.
AD has had an all-time great defensive series.
Austin Reeves has not been playing better than AD.
No, he has.
Let me cook.
Do you care about defense?
Austin
Reeves won the game.
I'm about to cook you right now. No, I'm about to cook Ticket. No. So you telling me in game 1 when Russell Westbrook went 3 for 19, you was the same guy on this very panel platform saying that, oh, Russ played an overall good game. Even though he didn't shoot well, he still played great. He still did good. But when Anthony Davis does the same thing, he comes.
That's a lie.
No. Let me finish. He is consistently our best defender. And on some nights, offense isn't there. Other nights, he led our team in scoring. He literally just dropped 30 the game before, even though we lost game 4. Yeah, we lost that game. But the last game we won.
Hey, hold on, Ron. Put me on the double screen, Ron. Put me on the double screen, Ron. Put us on the double screen, Ron. Put us on the double screen.
He dropped 30. He dropped 30 and was still the best defensive player. So all I'm saying is, Ticket, be consistent. If you're
okay, so let's be consistent. Hold on.
No. Let me finish cooking. If you're going to sit here and you're going to applaud guys for shooting crappy but doing everything else, don't get on the same platform and talk to me about Rui Hachimura dropping points and doing nothing else. All three hitting buckets here and there, but not even though he played defensively great, he still has good defense, good moments. But a guy like Anthony Davis, who is our best defensive player by far. Oh, I hit my camera. Best defensive player by far. And it's still, any given night, number 1, number 2 on offense. He has a bad game, and now it's, niggas is saving him? Stop it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's my turn. You about to see something that y'all have never seen before. You about to see the rock bottom Mark Henry in front of the whole world. Now listen up, baby boy. First of all, game 1, you a damn lie. You know why? Here's the difference between Russ and AD, sucker. Russ closed the game with his defense and won the game. AD didn't. Austin Reeves closed that game and won that game for the Lakers in game 1, sir. And 14 points in the fourth quarter and shut down in Memphis on the road in the grindhouse, baby. It was Austin Reeves that came up and dropped it like, hold on. I'm not finished. Wait a minute. Let me put some people in it. Then you go to game 3. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to game 3. What happened in game 3? It was Rui Hachimura. That was hot as fish grease. The second game that the Lakers won, he was hot as fish grease, raining from everywhere on the court. He's been raining all series long. Up until the last game he played, he was averaging 24.5 points for the series, which was almost leading the Lakers in scoring for the series, sir. And he was a big difference in the series. Then let's go to the game before, the night before last, in the last game they played. It was LeBron Ramon James, the one that was taking all the big charges down the stretch, baby. It was LeBron Ramon James that had more rebounds than AD, baby. He had 20 rebounds, baby. It was LeBron Ramon James when AD was whining like a little baby because he couldn't get it done, and he was getting hit in the sack, in the rack, in the hat, falling down, acting like a damn fool. LeBron said, sit your ass down, boy. I'm going to hit this layup, take it to overtime, and then guess what in overtime, baby? I'm going to take us home. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this boy Dom is officially done.
You thought you rock bottom me. All you did was that weak old Santino Morello little sock puppet thing, bro. That wasn't a move. Listen, let me tell you right now, because this is crazy to me that you got me out here pulling up that. You got me pulling up Basketball Reference because I know I'm not crazy. I know what I seen. Maybe I just need to put numbers behind what I seen. But game 1 AD going out putting you 22-12 with 7 blocks in game 1. And you just sat there and said, oh, Russ closed the game with his defense, but Austin Reeves is the one that saved the Lakers game. And 7 blocks impacted the game all game long on defense. I can give a dang about the end of the game moment if you did it throughout the game. Like we said about that Suns game, Devin Booker and Russell Westbrook played like defensive gods the whole game. It wasn't just that moment. If Russell Westbrook played like crap, if he literally didn't do anything but turn the ball over and miss shots and just had that block, we still would say he played bad. But the fact that he was their best defender on defense, the fact that he was able to defensively rebound, keep balls alive, and impact the game, the entire game, in its entirety, is why you're saying he had a good game. Anthony Davis consistently this entire series has been our best defender from tip to the buzzer ringing. There is no debate about that. There's no question about that, is it? Can we agree there? If we can agree
with that being said, without Austin Reeves scoring 14 points in the fourth quarter in game 1, the Lakers lose that game, sir. Which means they would have been down 0-2 because they lost game 2. And then in game 3, sir, let's get it back again. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some pimping in it. Again, Rui Hachimura. He comes all the way from Japan and drops it like it's hot on his ass. Once again, we go to game 4. LeBron Ramon James, Jay Reed from Akron, RoboCop. You understand what I'm saying? He goes and gets it done in the clutch. 20 rebounds. That's more than AD. LeBron stepped up, took the big charges. He was the one playing the most defense. And everybody in the chat room, I know y'all ain't getting mad because I'm out here representing y'all boy, y'all king. Don't get mad now because I'm cooking this boy 3 the hard way. Because guess what? all you jabronis was in the comment section saying we need to trade AD. He ain't doing nothing. But since you don't like me, now all of a sudden you want to jockstrap sniff for Dom. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Dom ass is done. Like I said before, LeBron James closed game 4. LeBron James closed game 4 with his offense and his defense. These are facts. 2020 game with around 7 assists. Austin Reeves wasn't Christopher Reeves in game 1. He was Superman, baby. He closed game 1, 14 points in the 4th. Oh, and by the way, to help him get there was Rui Hachimura, who dropped 29 and had 12 points in the 3rd quarter. Then let's go to the 3rd game, sir. Once again, Rui Hachimura dropping it like it's hot, doing what he got to do to go get the game done. So like I said, when AD was missing free throws in the clutch, when AD was running into dudes, fouling dudes late in the game, where was all this he saved the Los Angeles Lakers talk? Sorry, sir. You don't win like that.
And y'all can take it off the double cam because I proved my point. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, y'all just watched the man again for like another segment against me in a row. Cook a ham sandwich. I never thought I'd see somebody cook a ham sandwich. All I'm saying is when I come at you and I say Anthony Davis is consistently our best defensive player and is still providing at a great level for us still, and all you can do is just try to make little jokes to get a laugh about the offensive prowess of role player A, role player B in this situation, that situation, and not counter anything I say, I'm gonna let you cook your cereal, bro. Go ahead.
I just counted everything you said. And like I said, once again, hold on. I don't have to be the one, hold on. I don't have to be the one to tell you, hold on. I don't have to be the one to tell you that AD is the same dude that got outplayed by a nigga named Tillman. So cut the shit, bro.
Offensively got outplayed by Tillman, yeah.
No, he got outplayed by Tillman all around. Tillman gave his ass 22 and 13, sir.
I guess. I guess, Ticket. I guess.
All right, fellas, we're going to go ahead and dive into these super chats. It's about that time.
It's about that time.
Ron, the point of the argument was Giannis versus AD. If AD got cooked, but Giannis got cooked too. I think AD's been playing very well this series.
Who cooked Giannis?
Jimmy Butler, you ain't watched last night?
That's a goddamn lie. Hold on. Jimmy Butler's matchup is not Giannis. Jimmy Butler's matchup is the dude y'all praise all the time, Drew Holiday.
If Giannis is who he's supposed to be, he should have stepped up and did something.
So hold on. So if Giannis is busy locking up Funkadelic, what's his name at the 4 out there? Bam. What's the old boy name?
Adebayo.
Yeah, if he's busy locking up Bam, why the hell can't Chris Middleton and why the hell can't Drew Holiday, who are supposed to be all league defenders, am I right, Chilltown? Why they can't do anything?
Giannis is guarding Caleb Martin. Brooklyn.
No. I asked you a question. What, bro? Hold on, sir.
I wanted to make that clear. He's not guarding.
Who been on Bam? Who been on Bam, man?
Brook Lopez. Oh, you know watching the series? Like, why are you asking me that?
All right, man.
Like, you're not watching the games. Like,
he only played in one. He only played in 1.5 games.
And he wasn't guarding Bam in those 1.5 games. Watch the game.
If Giannis is who he's supposed to be, he should have done something when Jimmy hit
30. Hey, Mars, I know you like teaming up with other dudes that gang up on me, dog. You know what? Like I said, you catch me outside. You catch me outside by yourself. You catch me outside by yourself. Hey, Mars, you catch me outside by yourself. You'll have nightmares for the rest of your life, boy.
I don't need to rehash it, Chill. You've not Chill. Ticket. You've never beat me. One, you've never beat me. Like, all right. You can keep saying that all you want, but all you're doing is praising losing.
It's like putting a sledgehammer to an ant, boy. Stop playing with it.
That's fine, but the ant isn't being squashed because clearly you're not squashing me because you haven't beat me one time.
Yeah, all right.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest, though, guys. If the Milwaukee Bucks lose this series and the Los Angeles Lakers end up in the NBA Finals and Anthony Davis plays at a high level, we are going to have that conversation that we had in 2020 between Giannis, who was the league MVP, and Anthony Davis, who just came out of the NBA Finals. That conversation is going to start again. Yes, it will. That is a fact.
By you saying that, Chill, by you saying that there's going to be a conversation, are you saying that it's like it's known worldwide that Giannis is better than AD or something?
Okay, first and foremost, the only reason why the conversation stopped is because Anthony Davis got hurt. If you rewind the clock, not only was there a conversation, Anthony Davis was ahead of Giannis.
Mhm.
Anthony Davis was ahead of him. When he got hurt after the 2020 season, basically Giannis had surpassed him. And now Anthony Davis, in the words of Ticket, the word was he's terry close, so he's very soft.
I'm
And
trying
that was
to figure out what Giannis does better than AD. I've been thinking about this for about 10 minutes now.
Score, rebound. Hold on. Score, rebound, assist. What else you want? Win.
W bot score.
W bot
score. Nice. Good bot score watching.
He's probably more productive.
No. I'm giving you facts. Hold on. I'm giving you factual information.
You said score, rebounds, assist. That's just bot score. But
no. I'm saying he scores the ball better than him. I'm talking about points.
I agree. But you said score.
No, I'm not talking about that. He asked. Hold on. You asked me a question. He scores better than AD. That means he puts the ball in the basket at a higher rate than AD.
We all agree with that. We all agree.
So what are you talking about?
Okay, one person doesn't agree. One person doesn't agree.
Better.
But I don't
He does
think the
rebound
gap
better.
is.
I give you that. Rebound better. I think.
He does assist better.
I don't agree with that.
You lost me.
You don't agree he rebounds better than AD?
No, I do not.
So why AD? Hold on. So why Giannis average more rebounds than AD every year?
Here we go with the average and rebounds. Don't forget.
W stats.
Here we go with the average. When you do stuff like this opens up Pandora's box, because again, when you're talking about averaging more points, I gotta start saying stuff like Adrian Dantley is a better scorer than Steph Curry. I gotta start saying stuff like
rebounding is a little different though. Rebounding is strictly a production thing. You can't look at somebody box out and be like, oh, he boxes out, but he's a better rebounder.
That's not true. That's not true, Ron. It is. But you know what? Rebound is not context to rebound. Rebound is not just grabbing the ball. Rebound is getting rebounds in traffic. Rebounds is getting rebounds in the clutch. Rebounds is getting rebounds and making what am I thinking about? I'm sorry. Extending possessions. It's not just going in there and grabbing a rebound. No, it's a bunch of other different things than just getting on the backboard. And I'm not going to sit here and say that Giannis is a better rebounder, than Anthony Davis. I'm not buying that at all. No, I do think that Anthony Davis, I do think that Giannis is a better passer than Anthony Davis. He passes out the double team. I think he's a better transition player than Anthony Davis. I will go there. Defensively, you are not getting me to say it, you're not going to get me to say much about Giannis that you don't get me to say about Anthony Davis. No way you doing that.
Hold on.
I don't think they're necessarily.
Wait. All season, you've been saying Chill is the best player in the NBA.
Who, as I said, who's the best? Giannis is the best player. Yes, he's the best player in the NBA.
So if he's the best player in the NBA, he's better than AD.
He's played this season. Yeah, I can get with that. Sure.
There you go. Every season, man.
I think he surpassed AD. But again, remember, why we're having this conversation, because 2 seasons ago he got hurt and Giannis surpassed him.
That's reason for sure. That's why.
That's it. Which is if what Dom said happens and they win the NBA championship and he's in the conversation for Finals MVP and Milwaukee gets bounced in round 1, we're going to rewind the clock back to 2020 and we're going to have this conversation again. That's going to happen. Sure. Yes, it is.
On top of that, go ahead. It's cool.
Can I just play the game? Can I play ticket game real quick? I just want to play the ticket game real quick.
Let's play a quick game.
AD averages more blocks, more rebounds. This year he averages. If we're just talking about averages, he averages less turnovers. Again, if we're just talking about what production-wise and stat-wise they gotta do. So I don't know what year you were talking about when.
I'm talking about this year. Hold on. What Dom? Since you like the cherry pick, I'll ask my. Hold on, Dom. Since you like the cherry pick, and since my brother Hilltown said it's not all about that, I will ask my brother Fluent to pull up his 36. They're both for the 36 minutes. And you will see. Hold on. You will see. Hold on. You will see that Giannis. Hold on. You will see if Fluent pulls up the 36 minutes for Giannis, you will see that he is a better rebounder. He is a better assist man. He is a better scorer. No. You're not hearing me. Listen to what I'm saying. He's using. Hold on, sir. So first of all, has AD even played enough games to qualify? Secondly, AD played. AD. Hold on. Secondly, AD does play more minutes per game than Giannis. Right or wrong?
I don't know.
Yeah,
he does. Yeah. So hold on. So hold on. So thirdly, what are the rebounds with AD and Giannis this year? How many rebounds AD has?
AD's like nearly 13, right?
No, I'm asking you, how many rebounds does AD average exactly per game this season?
12 and a half.
12 and a half.
And how many rebounds does Giannis average?
11-8.
And just so you know, Ticket,
okay, now hold on.
Ticket, just so you know,
I got to add attention. I got to add this part in. Now, we have to take into consideration and remember that Giannis had 3 games this year where he only played 6 minutes.
Correct.
Which cut into his rebounding average. He had 3 games, played 6 minutes, that cut into his rebounding average. And so that would take a dude who's averaging those rebounds and bring it down. That will hurt your average and bring your average down a half a point because he got hurt.
6 minutes.
What are we doing?
No, I'm saying no. I'm saying you have to be honest about.
You giving Giannis a pass for getting hurt?
I'm about to say, what are
I'm not giving a pass. You're not hearing what I'm saying, Bob.
That's what you just did, Tiki.
I know y'all like to gang up. Hey, Bob, I know you got this thing that y'all like to gang up.
We're not ganging up on you, Ticket. I ain't trying to hear that. No, ain't nobody jumping on you, Ticket.
Hold on. All I'm saying, hold on.
I'm not gonna let that happen.
Chill town. All I'm saying is, hold on. Chill town. So all I'm saying is this, right? If you play more minutes than me, maybe you have a higher average than me. Mm-hmm. But maybe my average is right there at yours, but I play 4 or 5 less minutes than you per game. Right. Does that mean you're a better scorer than me just because you play more minutes?
Just so you know, Ticket, Anthony Davis, for the amount of games that he played, he leads the league in rebounding.
But how many minutes per game do AD play?
Like 30,
34, and Giannis plays 32.
Okay, so
32 over the rest.
Giannis is right there. Giannis is right there beneath him. Giannis is right there underneath him.
Yeah, Giannis had more. I don't listen. You said Giannis had more rebounds. That's what you said. You said that, and that wasn't.
Yeah. No. Hold on. Who had total more rebounds for the season?
Oh my Jesus.
Oh, now it's total.
Now it's total. Okay.
No, I'm saying that. No, I'm saying that to prove my point to you. I'm saying it to prove my point. My point is that when Giannis played lesser minutes, he still had more production. In lesser minutes, he gave you more production. You understand what I'm saying? I told you in 3 or 4 of those games, season, Giannis played like 6 or 7 minutes, bro.
Right. And we don't want to leave out the fact that Anthony Davis did miss 20 games this year, 25 games or something like that.
Hey,
but that didn't go against his average. Hold on. That didn't go against his average.
It's a ticket that you ought to play math skip ball, I'll tell you.
Oh, man. Here go 5 against me now.
Per minute.
No, Ticket.
You asked him for the perfect 6. You asked him.
I'm just correcting.
I told you, Ticket. I ain't trying to hear nobody jumping on you. No, we ain't doing that.
I reduced it to the ridiculous for you. So, Mr. Giannis Antetokounmpo, my countryman, averages 0.3666 rebounds per minute. Anthony Davis, 0.36678. So, per minute, actually, Anthony Davis's average more.
If I did any of this, I'd be called a stat guy.
We got to move on.
If I pulled any of these shenanigans per 36, adjust for the games he didn't play 5 minutes. If I did that, I'd be called a stat guy.
I did it, so we don't have that argument because I want to move on. That's why I did it.
Go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
We definitely got to move on, and we still it's 4 games tonight. We got to get into those games.
Is it ice cold still ahead? Are we still doing this?
Man, look, hey. Until we get bounced, it's chill, dude. It's a cold world. You said what?
Until we get bounced.
What you got, Ron? Come on.
My point guard ain't afraid of the bright lights. Brrr.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Kelly Thompson II said, been telling y'all about Trae all year. Y'all just don't want to give the man credit. Shaking my head. 30-10 guy. And last year, he did it on 46, 38, 90 splits. And he's 24.
Kelly Thompson.
That's not 50, 40, 90. We don't care.
Right. Don't talk like you've been telling us all year. No, you haven't. No, you haven't.
Who cares? He's out in the first round anyways. Next.
I just need him to go to game 7.
Quabe said, ticket pocket watching per usual.
I don't know what that means.
Watching another man's money.
Throw hands out my pocket.
Bro, how am I pocket watching when I'm trying to help punks like you who aren't millionaires save your money? How am I pocket watching?
Yeah. Are you somewhere nice? It sounds like you're walking. You somewhere nice, ticket?
No, I ain't somewhere nice. I'm over here eating a biscuit.
I need some lunch. Let's go.
And it ain't no butter biscuit either.
Hey, Assad, just so you know, so what he playing with LeBron. So what he's playing with LeBron. And Giannis is playing with a bunch of ballers too. Don't make it look like Giannis is playing with a bunch of C and D guys. Because no, he isn't. Giannis is playing with a bunch of ballers too. Dudes make me sick with that goofy logic.
The Bucks are better than the Lakers.
Right. Don't make it sound like the Bucks are just okay. They got a good ass team over there.
The Bucks are better than the Lakers, but they're going to lose to them in the NBA final. All right.
Talk that talk.
All right, fellas, moving along. Brian Holiday said, I think Mars is trying to say that Kawhi and Steve Ballmer don't have to answer to the fans, even though we indirectly pay their salaries.
No, I'm saying people literally don't pay. Like, you guys aren't physically paying Kawhi's salary. That's all I said. That's literally it. That's all I
Not
said.
literally, yes.
Yeah, that's literally all I said. And you
Yes.
guys started talking to me.
Most
about
people
how
don't know
business
literally,
works.
though. They use it incorrectly. They say, oh, it's so hot in here. It's literally like being on the sun.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they use it incorrectly.
That's all I was saying. Not that I understand
Can't
how
literally be like
consume-
something.
can't
Either
literally
are
be
you
on
not.
the
No.
Chris Richer said, don't blame the players, blame the organization and management.
Facts.
Okay, sure.
Unless if the player deserves blame, they deserve blame.
And we'll give it to him.
Yeah.
Savant Reacts said, ticket capping for billionaires.
How? I'm the one telling you don't put the money in their pocket.
Let me just be clear. He's not capping for billionaires. He's capping against millionaires. There is a difference. There is a difference. Or no, he's capping. Sorry, you're not capping. Sorry. No, he's not capping.
Assad Muhammad said, I'm
He was
talking
not
about
influenced. He just wasn't capping alone. Y'all was capping together.
I was just giving you mathematical business knowledge. It's not my fault, man. I'm trying.
Now you're more fluent.
Gotta make you more fluent.
Assad Muhammad replied to Chill and said, I'm talking about why AD score numbers are lower than Giannis, Chill. I agree with y'all.
I think they're just lower because he's a worse scorer than Giannis.
That's
is.
it. Because he's playing with a better distributor in James. So you would think that his scoring would be up.
But even when he wasn't,
And a
yeah,
better
but even when
playmaker.
he,
Yeah, the only person here who thinks AD's a better scorer is Domo, and he's entitled to that opinion because I think there's a certain argument you can make. I think the argument was more applicable a few years ago when AD's jump shot was hitting.
Actually,
Now,
yeah.
now it's not. That's why I don't think he's a better scorer anymore. Like, I think back then it was an argument, but now I just go with Giannis.
Kreitz said, it's official now. Fox over Ja.
Beneficial.
I said this a year ago. I
Still too early to tell.
said it a year ago. I got roasted for it, but yeah, I said it.
I
I
also
said-
got roasted.
I said this 2-3 years ago. Literally.
I can't say that. Fox ain't done nothing yet. He won 2 games. He's
John
pretty
ain't
much
done nothing. John
done.
ain't done nothing yet.
No. I'm saying, but he's pretty much done the same thing John has done. He's won 2 games.
Ja turned Memphis around. It's
Yeah,
De'Aaron was playing in Sacramento for how long, and no one cared.
This
Like,
is year
oh,
6.
Yeah.
This is year 6
Yeah,
right
like
now.
Ja
Yeah,
turned
like, you
around year 1. It was aura in Memphis.
I
Like,
agree.
It was a difference.
Right,
De'Aaron
Dom.
was in Sacramento, and you were just like, okay, he's in
On a,
Sacramento.
on a much better team, on a much better run organization. That's number 1. Number 2, every time De'Aaron Fox saw Ja Morant, he outplayed him. Not every other time or every third time. Every time he saw him, he outplayed him, and he got a winning record against him.
This
Every
is
time.
this is the issue when you only praise players when they're on winning teams. You end up
Right.
being surprised when their team becomes good and you see that they're actually good. Like, it's the same reason
Oh,
people are
shit.
surprised when,
De'Aaron Fox is
OKC's competitive. Oh wow, Shea's really no. If you were watching Shea
He's
from
always
2021,
been that good.
you would have known, and that's why
He's
I
always
wasn't
been that
surprised
good.
by what Shea was doing. It's
Fox
the same
been
thing
that
with
good.
De'Aaron Fox.
Fox
It's the
been
same
that
thing
good.
with Devin Booker like 4 years ago when everyone just
Right.
said he was empty stats and a losing player. You can see these guys are nice. You just don't care because their teams don't win and you don't watch them.
Well, actually, they had good players on that team, Mars. They had PJ Tucker. They had a lot of good guys on that Phoenix team. He just underachieved.
They were not gonna win. They were running Devin Booker at point guard.
No, I'm saying that. No, I'm saying they were winning 20. They were winning 10 games. But let's go.
Christopher Hogan said, cat for Porzingis.
Washington ain't
That's a
doing that.
Western trade. That's a
Yeah,
Western
Washington ain't doing that. No,
Washington might do that. I don't know. They don't have a direction. They
I
might.
think
do
Washington would do that.
They would do that.
That doesn't make Minnesota better though.
I think it
I
does.
think it does.
I think it does.
Could, but I don't like it.
I think Porzingis is a better defender than Cat. So yes.
Oh, of course, not even close.
yeah. So,
He's also a better post player than Kat at this point. But we can move on.
Buck Kicker 900 said they did double book, laughing my ass off. He shot over them.
Where did they
Yup.
double them? We
They did. No,
already
they did
know
double
that.
They did
They
double
did double them. The question is where they doubled them, when they doubled them.
That's what I said. They doubled them up at the top of the key where they should
Right.
have. And yeah.
The timing of double teams is also very crucial
Right.
for how
Yeah.
you approach it.
Buck Kicker also chimed in with a back-to-back super chat and said Phoenix starters playing 40 minutes in Denver unsustainable.
I agree.
Agreed.
true.
Chris Paul might pass out.
Them lungs is burning, boy.
Is
Mile
Cam
High
Payne gonna
City.
be back by then?
What's the story with
He
Cam
played last night.
Yeah, he played.
Oh,
He
he did?
He only played like 3 minutes, but he played.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got
So
out there.
all right. They have some relief at guard.
Football CF Candy said, "Is Jerry Reinsdorf the worst owner in the NBA?"
That's Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, he got 6 NBA championships. I mean, no.
The Knicks still got the same owner, bro. No.
Wait,
Donovan Samuel said Phoenix is going to run out of gas next series. Denver in 5.
5 is a stretch.
Five is-
I don't think either team wins in 5.
No,
Smoking them? You got them smoking them? Wow, I'd be
Five
surprised.
for Minnesota. I know they're not going 5 with.
Yeah, I would
I
be
got
surprised.
Denver and 6.
I'd be surprised if they smoked them, dude.
I want to see game 1 before I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
2 Cents said KD averaged almost 30 and is a top 10 scorer in this playoffs with Book. Ayton and CP3 played well. Butler is carrying. Book has an easier assignment.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna. I'd like to take out easier. How about we take out easier and we put in less difficult? Because ain't nothing easy. Not in the play.
I mean that's the same thing.
Yeah, how about
Less
that?
difficult and easier.
Because easier means like this is easier, but this is easy. But now this is easier than this. No,
Chill, he making it look easy, chill.
that's because KD and all of them other dudes is there.
That you ain't lying.
Lonnie Williams said Kawhi tearing the meniscus on the same knee with the ACL with degenerative knees. It's time to hang it up for his well-being.
I'd if I was Kawhi, I would retire.
I'm sure that conversation is going to be had, Mars. I'm sure. We can't keep doing this because it's just getting worse.
I'm not sacrificing my future to play 40 games a year and just kill myself for that. I'm not doing that.
And Tony, the football guy, there's a reason why guys retire because I want to leave my house at 42 years old and know where I live in an hour after I leave.
Straight up. I want to play with my kids, play with my grandkids. Man, I don't got time for this.
Peter Arthur said, "Why we giving the Clippers the benefit of the doubt when we all know that with Kawhi and PG, it isn't a matter of if they get injured, but when."
True.
I agree.
We do know that. Yeah, that is a fact.
Buck Kicker 900 again said, "Jokic just fouled out 2 centers. Good luck, Aiden."
That was wild last night.
Yeah, but fouling out Cat, like
Yeah, that ain't really saying much.
Kawhi's contract is guaranteed. He gets paid whether he retires or not.
By the way,
So that's why I would retire. That's why
this is not
guaranteed
football.
contracts. Yeah,
This is not football.
That's why I would retire.
They're getting their money, retire, quit.
Yeah, you don't get to just cut him. No,
They'll just be able to get an exemption for him because of his injury.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hit 44 said that 8 and 12-foot jumper ugly.
No, it ain't. No, it is not.
He makes it.
Aiton got a really good mid-range game.
When it's not falling, when it's not falling, you need it to. That's when it looks ugly. But for the most part, it's a good shot for him.
Yeah, he got a nice mid-range game. That is not true.
He had a good game last night too.
Mm-hmm.
They might actually.
Adebayo needs to take a leaf out of Aiton's book with that mid-range
For
game.
real.
They might actually mean like the way it looks, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they like, oh, it's an ugly looking jumper.
Oh, like Tyrese.
Man, it's only one
something
thing.
like that. Production over vanity, though.
Aiden, 22 years old, look like he going on 50, man. By the time that dude get 30, bro, he gonna look, man, dog. That fool gonna look like he got daggone 60 years old out there.
All right, fellas. Lonnie Williams said Russ with DeRozan sounds like some of the worst spacing in NBA history. A Russ, Levine, and DeRozan lineup sounds like a brain aneurysm.
Don't disrespect Zach Levine, but I DeRozan on any team I don't like it, but yeah, I don't like it with Russell Westbrook and Vucevic.
Donovan Samuel said, with the injuries the Clippers have, it would be in their best interest to re-sign Russ.
I think he earned a contract extension. I do.
No blame.
Vamp chimed in on that. He said Clippers should re-sign Russ. OKC has all the Clippers picks, so you need to compete. Can't rebuild right now.
I agree again.
Mm-hmm.
With another super chat from Vamp, he said new stadium plus no picks equals can't rebuild right now.
Right.
I agree for the third time.
Yeah.
Poor clips.
Do they play in that stadium to start next season or the season after?
The 23-24 season is when the stadium opens.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought.
Hit 44 with another super chat. He said the Warriors need an IQ test for draft picks going forward because their draft picks have been dumb as fuck, I guess. Shout out Wiseman. Maybe scout some Ivy League.
There is some things you won't get from just an IQ. Like you can know all the answers on the test, but in the theory part of it, you might fail. Like for example, I'm terrible at basketball. I think I can understand what's going on a basketball court, but you put me out there, I won't be able to recognize the same things,
right?
Because I can't play basketball, but I can see how it's unfolding and see the counters and what you need to do. But put me in that situation when you need to do it in the first person perspective, ain't no way I'm doing it.
Man, Wiseman, man, that was a great pick. They just misused him. Wiseman would turn out being a very good NBA player, bro. Next year, I think he averaged around 18 and 10 next year with around 2 blocks.
Worst 18 and 10 in the NBA. Let's move on.
Brian Holiday said, do you think the Nuggets pick and roll coverage will work against the Suns? I don't think it will work with Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, or Chris Paul shooting corner threes. Do you just double off Torrey Craig? Thoughts?
Chris Paul shooting a corner three you live with. But I think
Torrey Craig too.
Yeah, I agree. The way Denver have been approaching pick and rolls is with the like predominant ball handler, so Devin Booker or KD, they iced it instantly. They're forcing you sideline. Oh, hello.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hello, kids. Hello.
Anyway, as you were saying, Mars.
Yeah, with the predominant ball handler with Anthony Edwards in the Minnesota series, and I think with
Hey guys, how are you?
It's a fluent takeover.
Goodbye.
I lost where I was.
Math homework. We got to do it.
We're talking about double teaming and pick and roll situations.
Oh yeah, they ice all of those screens. They're sending you towards the baseline, towards the sideline.
Right.
I think Devin Booker can't handle. I think they're going to do the same thing there. They do an excellent job of rotating behind the play. So like Michael Porter Jr. will tag the big, and then they'll try to zone up the weak side 1 against 2. I think they're going to do the same thing. I just don't know how much Jokic is going to be able to. He's going to play, obviously. I just don't know how badly they can exploit him. They don't get to the rim a whole lot, which is something like that's the kryptonite.
Mars, he's the key to the series. Mars, Michael Porter Jr. is the key to this series.
I agree.
If he has a great series, this series will be. This won't go 7. If he doesn't, this will be a drag down, knockout series. But I think if Michael Porter can give you around 22 points a game this series, they finish these dudes in 6 games, bro.
Because a lot of mismatches for them. Yeah, that's a fact. He does.
Yeah, Kevin Durant needs to have an elite defensive series, in my opinion. Like, he was okay defensively. He blocked a few. No, Kevin Durant, you need to be Golden State Warriors KD defensively, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can do that, but KD, I know apparently NBA players watch this, and you told me I need to turn my mic off, but please just have a great defensive series because I think you need to have it.
I love Mars calling out KD.
NBA Lanny said, watch Mazzulla answer mid-game questions. Bro's a tweak.
I told y'all, dude, man, the dude sleep with tape on his mouth. The dude is cockeyed, man. What you guys expect? He's looking at tone and he's looking at chill at the same time.
Which one about you? Who you talking to? Him or me?
I hate dudes like that.
That's so uncomfortable. You talking to somebody you don't know what they.
You want to shake them to make sure to get that eye. Shake them.
Hey, like I'm looking at Bob and Dom at the same time. Hey,
who you talking to? Ticket? Which one? Him or him? You talking to?
That's wild, bro.
And they asked that fool. They asked that fool after the game. They said, "Hey, coach, man, what did you see when what did you see when Jaylen Brown took off his mask?" He said, "I saw his face."
Everything.
Get this clown out of here, man. Get this clown out of here.
Buck Kicker 900 with another super chat. He said Memphis can't score with AD on the floor.
They do a good job with AD on the floor, no doubt. He definitely disrupts their offense.
Hey, yo, Dillon Brooks is getting humbled, bro. Bro, that dude is hey, bro. I got to make a new ranking. He's below Juan Toscano or Mike Muscala, bro. He's the worst player. He's the worst player in the NBA, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all something, bro. Garbage, bro. Listen, he put the microscope. He put the microscope on him, bro. Bro, how was the coach letting this dude shoot 7 threes a game? He's making 1.
Oh, it's not about letting him. He's doing it regardless.
No, that's part of the game plan, Ticket. It's not.
No, I'm saying, no. I'm saying, but how is he feeling the game? If I fire that coach after this season, bro.
Get him off the floor. 6 for 27. 6 for 27 for the field.
He's better than JTA, but
I just want to know what LeBron said.
Ever
LeBron walked up and said something to him? Yo, Dylan Brooks, he refused to talk in interviews. He don't talk to the media. He run off the court like AE last night, man. He don't talk to no. He be in Cancun before the game over half the time. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's over with, bro. It's over, dog.
I'm telling you, Bron told him something.
I know what he told him too.
I seen it on his face. Oh yeah, he he got Gilbert Arenas. I was like, oh man, he lost all the dog. He ain't got no perm no more. He don't dress crazy. He come to this game in a mourner suit. Boy, it's crazy.
Yeah, they
next year. Ooh.
You said Rockets.
Jalen Green said he ain't missing the playoffs next year. So
worst. That's the worst job. That was the worst job almost, except for the Charlotte job. That's probably is in the NBA, bro. Them dudes a bunch of knuckleheads. They don't want to listen. And then you talking about bringing James Harden back over there next year? Oh hell, a dude that won't give it up and play defense? Hell no.
We're not bringing James Harden.
Ime Udoka told him, look, if y'all sign, it's either me or James. Y'all pick today.
Man, the fuse, man. Houston back on the come up. The fuse. We talking about light the fuse, man. The Rockets are coming.
Hey, man, he should have waited for the Memphis job, bro. Because I think Memphis will think about firing that coach after the series, bro. He's done a horrible job, bro. He has not done a good job.
I think I've had it up to like maybe here with this Ime Udoka. It's one thing to coach Jason Tatum.
Yeah, he's not a miracle worker.
He's got the Houston Rockets. Stop it. He's got the Houston Rockets.
What does
we
that
don't
mean?
know what he's going to do with this.
What is that?
What is that?
NBA. Stop it.
It means that it means that the Houston Rockets are garbage. Let's see how good a coach he is. That's what that
Thank you. We're about to see if he's a good coach.
When we get Wemby, we're not gonna be garbage. It's gonna be Jalen Green, Sengun, Jabari Smith, Wembanyama. That's a playing team.
How bad Houston is. What is the lowest pick they can get? That's what they're going to end up because they're going to lose the lottery too. Get out of here.
Hayes gonna hate.
You're going to jump ships again, Mars, next season.
Yeah, that was a horrible decision. I agree with Tone. That was a horrible decision by him, bro. Horrible. He could have waited and played the field and potentially got a better job with Memphis.
Hayes gonna hate.
Cause Damo, you talking about light the fuse. Little do y'all know that Rocket is the challenger from '86.
Oh, come on. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, Tone. He should have the Raptors job was Tone. Toronto job was better, Tone.
Watch. Yeah, no, let's not do that.
Hey, Tone. Tone, that Raptors job was better for Ime, man. He should have I would have took the Toronto job. That team is ready. That team is they just needed a new voice. I like that Raptors job for him. That job with Houston, he's gonna want to quit after the first 3 months with them dudes.
You're gonna be talking about Mutombo as coach of the year next year.
Hayes gonna hit.
Mutombo.
Well, you'll see.
All right, y'all. Vamp said, serious question. Do y'all have soundproof windows or do your neighbors be hearing y'all screaming about Jason Tatum at 10 a.m.?
I live on a private estate. I ain't gonna worry about it.
I can't. I got soundproofing.
I don't. And I don't care. Come knock on my door. That's how you get to the bottom of that.
So I can be as loud as I want.
Yeah, you gonna have flashbacks?
I got soundproof and I double whammy.
Mm-hmm.
Angie Carr said, "What y'all give Damo? Bro charged up. Hashtag light the pipe."
Hey, it's that. Hey, for real. Like the. I was about to ask him. Pass that, yo. Pass that.
Light the pipe or light the fuse, Damo. Which
Pass
one?
that.
Oh, if it's light the pipe or light the fuse, light the pipe easily. Light the pipe.
Pass that. I'll be just talking. I don't smoke.
Mr. Facts Over Feeling said AD got outplayed by Tillman.
No, he did not.
Do
No,
you
he did
guys
not.
only watch?
These like dudes like this. They box score watches. Man, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I was
hey, a lot of NBA players say the same thing. Chilltown. He got outplayed by Tillman in that game, bro.
And a lot of NBA players don't know basketball.
Thank you.
Hey, don't say that, Dom. Hey, Damo, don't say that.
Mike James went on to say that a lot of guys can do what Steph Curry do, bro. A lot of guys that
on this podcast. Shout out to Mike James on this podcast.
What are we doing, bro?
Shout out, Mike James.
A lot of people can't do what Steph Curry does, bro.
Facts.
We don't need chill. We do not need chill and FS1 ticket debate. No, we don't hit. We do it right here, and we do it here, and this is where it's necessary.
J Rock 136 said part of AD struggles on offense is due to Vando being on the court and the Grizzlies putting Jaren Jackson Jr. and Tillman on Vando, completely ignoring him. Is it not though?
So explain the 30.
They get to roam off of Vanderbilt. That is a big part of the reason why AD struggles. But it also is in some regard. I think AD is a bit hesitant around the rim, and I think that's Jaren Jackson Jr.'s presence around the rim. I do think he is hesitant, and the fact that his jump shot is just forsaken him. So he is living at the basket.
But
So
with that also,
there's a few factors.
well, with that also being said, he does score in the double team. He does score when he's got Jaren Jackson on him and with Vando on the floor. So it's not a complete wash.
Yeah.
Chat, since you guys don't know, I see a couple of comments. That's Patrick Mutombo. He's an assistant on Phoenix. He will be interviewed for the Raptors job. Like, I don't know why you guys don't listen to me when I tell you Raptor stuff. Anyways, go ahead.
I like that right there. Take your victory lap.
Hold on. Go back to that, Ron. What did they say?
Buck Kicker 900 said, "Ticket, take your victory lap again for the Hawks."
Hey, Ticket, this series better not go 7, Ticket. I swear.
Nah, it needs to.
This Ticket,
Fluent and Mars slandered me because of that tape.
I thought you was nuts.
I heavily disagreed. I said sweep or 5 games. Yeah,
That's what I thought.
I'm 100% wrong, but I'm now praying for a game 7. Give Embiid all the time he needs.
What?
I think they're going to a game 7, bro.
I hope you're right.
Hey, bro, what if we get the Knicks? Hey, what if we get the Knicks and the Hawks in the Eastern Conference Finals?
No, Philly's
having
beating
the Hawks
whoever
on
comes.
Friday. You won't have the Hawks on Friday, so stop worrying about the next round.
I got the Hawks. Hey, listen. Hey, Fluent. We can do it. We can listen. They're gonna win that game at home.
I hope
They
so.
will not be here. Listen. I am not here on Friday, but I will call in so people don't, in case he won't be here on Friday. They won't be around on Friday. Don't think I'm ducking smoke if they happen to win. I will call in. I gotta do something with my kids at school.
Fluid projecting, and he ducking smoke already. I see what you're doing.
No. I'm telling you, I'll be here. I'll tell you, I'll come. I'll come
Trae
on the show. I ain't running from nothing.
Talking about Trae, he got confidence now, Fluent.
I'll come on and do my victory lap. Is what I'll come in.
He got confidence now, Fluent. He got confidence now. I told you guys after the first 2 games, after that blowout, the first game, when they came back in the second half of that first game, sometimes you see stuff, and I just thought that they were starting to process information about the Boston Celtics in this series. And ever since then, it's been closer to playing better.
He's going to do another 40% and 5 turnover game. That's what he's doing Thursday night.
I don't know. He's due for a big one. He's due for a big percentage.
That was yesterday.
No, that wasn't a percentage game though. He was only 5 of 13 from the 3. I'm talking about he's due for a 45% from the 3 game. He's due for like a 48% from the field game and a 90% from the free throw line game. He's due for one. Bro, they're going to win game 6, bro. They're not getting out of Atlanta without game 6. They're going to win game 6.
Look at Mars.
Look at 30-point game.
Mars, you make me sick, Mars. I swear.
Hey,
I'm sick of the Atlanta Hawks.
I need this.
Get the Atlanta Hawks out the playoffs.
No, do not. Get a game 7. Make game 7 go to 7 overtimes. I don't care. Just give him beat the rest.
7 overtimes.
Just give him beat the rest.
Keeping it real says, salute to Ticket. Love the basketball passion, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Salute.
Bishop Lucky said, who's a better player, Curry or Dame? And he said Lake Show.
Huh?
Curry or Dame?
Who's a better player? I don't think that's a question.
I said,
You know the answer.
Yeah, I don't think that's a question.
AD top 5 power forward after second chip and potential finals
See
MVP.
what I'm talking about? Here we go. Yes, here we go. Here we go, Mars. I'm telling you
right now.
Here we go, Mars.
Top 5
play on a regular basis though, Chip. Sorry, you got to play on a regular basis though, Chip. Like you said,
absolutely. I'm going. This is what I'm going off a ticket. This is what the conversation is going to be. Stuff like that. That's what you're going to have to listen to. Watch.
I remember the bubble. People were saying AD's better than Tim Duncan.
Yes.
I remember. People were saying
Dude.
that's well.
It was nuts.
I said Giannis has a chance. I said Giannis will have a chance at the end of his career, by the end of his career, to catch Tim Duncan.
No, not you.
No, not you. No, not you. Ticket. It was people. There was a narrative going around that is Anthony Davis better than Tim Duncan? I was for real ready to run.
No, people were not joking when they were saying that. People were not joking.
That was a real conversation. I'm like, y'all, you crazy? What am I listening to?
Nuts.
What the
I
hell?
know it wasn't jokes because I was spearheading that conversation.
See what I'm talking about? See?
It was fun. I ain't gonna lie. It was a fun
It was fun. That's fire.
So if they would have won it again, here we go again. Watch.
Hey, watch out. Timmy.
I don't think Chilltown sold on that. I mean, Fluent. Excuse me.
I'm not.
All right, y'all. Hit 44 said Ticket versus Damo better than Ticket versus Mars.
Oh yeah, because this Ticket vs. Mars is one-sided, so of course.
Man, shut your ass up, man, bro. Boy, you getting a little too cocky right now, boy.
Just sit him a big man.
You must forgot I come over here to your house every single day.
All right.
Average more rebounds this year. Yeah, we know about it. Yeah, more rebounds.
Hassan Muhammad said AD averaged more rebounds this year. The fuck you talking about, Ticket?
We already been over that, my man.
Man, brush your teeth, man.
That is important, y'all. Make sure you brush them pearly whites, man.
Yes, sir.
K-Man said, so AD can't let his teammates cook if he's playing defense. The same logic you use for Giannis.
Yes, asked and answered. I'm helping. Come on, I'm gonna help you, Ron. Are you not sweating in all that gear, bro?
Yeah, it's cold in here.
Take that off,
it's
bro.
cold in here. Hey, I'm wearing 3 layers until the second round of the playoffs.
You make got me sweating.
Oh, because you know Atlanta won't be in it. Okay, I got it.
No. It's just gonna get too hot at that point. Donovan Samuel said player's choice over ESPN. Appreciate y'all. Lakers in 5.
I don't even
That's double facts.
I do watch SportsCenter. Yes, I do. And I watch.
Did you hear Stephen A. just say exactly what we said about Kawhi should retire?
Oh yeah, boy, he said that Steve Ballmer should force him to retire. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who knows the most basketball on the panel? If you had to rank after Ticket, because he's obviously number 1.
Dream Hoops. Just so you know, that's like asking like who your favorite child is. Don't be goofy. That's what you are. You're being goofy right now.
All right,
shout out to Dream.
OG Twig said, "Are you guys concerned for the Suns for barely beating the Suns?"
Yes,
I'd be concerned if the Stars beat the Suns.
I mean,
the Suns damn near almost beat themselves, so I can, in a way you can see what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right, Twigs. OG Twigs, you're right. But are you guys concerned with the Suns at all?
Yeah,
I'm not concerned because I knew
the flaws I knew they had going into the playoffs, or the flaws that they had against the Clippers, and it's the flaws they'll have against Denver. I just think maybe they might be able to overcome it.
I'm not concerned.
Benihana Nas said Jimmy Butler or Reggie Miller. Ron, I need to know who you got too.
All time I have Reggie Miller, but I think Jimmy Butler is this generation's version of Reggie Miller, in my opinion. But I have, in the sense that regular season they aren't held in high regards, but playoffs they're known to step up, have all these big moments, and lead teams to deep playoff runs. Not in terms of how well they play.
And Reggie did it longer.
Yeah, Reggie. I have Reggie higher all time because he did it longer. But peak for peak, you could say Jimmy Butler. I don't think I push back on that too much.
I got Jimmy Butler.
Thanks, Kuz.
Anybody else?
Oh, I said Jimmy.
Kuzan said, "Love the content, guys. Keep up the good work."
Appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Love everybody chiming in with super chats. We got big love for y'all. Got a couple more I'm gonna hit, and then we gonna go ahead and do the damn thing. BD Production said, "One day the panel should watch each other's old highlights."
Do you have Betamax?
Mine are on YouTube, so go check it out.
Damn. Mine are on YouTube too. Just search up Kyrie Irving highlights.
I only got low lights on YouTube, so that's tough.
Low lights.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Brooks said 2K23, they got Shea a 94 overall and Ja a 92. Valid.
I don't play 2K, so I don't know how that goes.
They're both too. They're both too high, but Shea is better. Shea is better than Ja, but they're both too high.
Okay, y'all, I can't officially report this now. It's on Bleacher Report, so you guys listen to my word. The Warriors are working on an extension for Draymond Green, according to Bleacher Report right now, and ClutchPoints.com. After this is from Chimes.
Good work, Golden State. Well done, Golden State. You guys know what's good for you.
So proud of y'all.
Now trade for Paul George or Kawhi Leonard with the trade I offered, because I know it makes sense.
All right, fellas, last one of the day. Doja said, never hear people bring up Michael Ray Richardson, one of the point guards, one of the PGs, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was awesome. Michael Ray Richardson had a drug problem. He used to play for the Knicks and play for the Nets. Big point, 6'5", could do any and everything, score on any and everybody. Isaiah Thomas said he used to give him hell. But he had a drug problem. So that's why people don't talk about him a lot, because he had that. And
Well, like a David Thompson.
no, it's actually worse. It actually forced him out the league. It's like David Thompson had a drug problem. He still played. The reason why David Thompson ended up leaving because he ended up getting pushed down a flight of stairs and tore his knee up. That was the problem with him. Michael Ray Richardson, he actually was forced out the league because he had a drug problem. So,
All right, y'all. We got 4 big games tonight. We will be here promptly tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time to give y'all all the scoop and all the spills on that. Until then, y'all be easy.
take it light, but take it.
Fluent and Chill tonight, special edition, 9 p.m.
Yes, sir. Come check us out.